each other.
I know.
In a room. In a room. With two boys.
In a world with a room and two gentlemen.
Talking into a microphone.
One podcast. One cup. Hello, everyone out there. Welcome to the inaugural episode of the Player Power Podcast.
I was trying to think about the order of the P words, and I already knew you were doing that.
I was about to fuck up the name of our podcast.
Instantly.
We just decided this like
a day ago. 2 days ago.
Actually.
But it was one of those names that when I said it out
loud.
Yeah,
you suggested this one, and I was
said it, and you were like, oh. You know
I was taken aback.
There's always a great, like, Apple moment, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure, like, Jeff Bezos, when he made Amazon, there's a moment where, like, that makes sense. Stick with Amazon.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I kind of got a semi-chub when you said it. So.
Yeah, I think Jeff Bezos was probably like, how about Stuff and Stuffs? How about Amazon? Stick with that one, Jeff. Yeah.
Anyways, my name is Corey Richmond.
And my name is Ryan McCarthy.
And we are your co-hosts for this lovely, lovely event.
This wordy adventure, if you will.
Yeah. I've never thought of a podcast as an adventure before, so that's new.
It's an adventure with words.
A wordy adventure.
But as you heard, so the name is the Power Player...
The Pootie...
Oh my god, the PewDiePie...
Harder...
podcast.
But yeah.
The Player Power Podcast.
Yes.
And so pretty much what we're going to be talking about throughout our episodes is a lot of things, almost everything video game related.
Video games.
It is a fun topic for both of us.
Ryan and I have been playing video games for forever.
Way too long.
Yeah.
More time than you think.
We still play them very frequently.
Almost every day.
We're adults now, so it's harder, but...
We still get it done.
I don't play them every day anymore.
Oh my god.
It's sad.
I still play games at least 5 to 6 hours a day.
Yeah, I get
twitchy if I don't.
Well, you play a lot of competitive games.
I do, and we'll get to that in a little bit. So
yeah, a lot of the games I play. Well, I was just saying that before I would, back when we were children and we're not
young types,
cumbered by jobs and responsibilities and such, like I would spend a shit ton of time playing video games.
Oh yeah.
And long video games too. And now it's to the point where I'm like, this video game better take like fucking 10 to 15 hours to complete, otherwise I'm not touching it.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh my god, 45 minutes? I spent an eternity playing games.
I play a lot of shorter games now.
Yeah.
And the favorites from my years that I like to replay.
Mm-hmm. Dude, replaying games honestly is like so fun.
Yeah.
It's a very nice thing. I am definitely part of the remaster hype. I love remastered games.
Yes.
Love remastered games.
So that's actually a topic that I wanted to get into for an entire episode.
We definitely will.
It's like the remakes versus remasters and stuff.
But that is not that episode. That's not this episode.
No. This is the first episode.
The very first. And so to get a little bit more familiar for you guys now listening to us, we're going to go over the topic of today's discussion is we're going to rank our top 10 favorite games together.
Yes.
And how we're going to do this is we actually both picked our top 5 favorite games. We're going to kind of debate them back and forth, explain, a little bit about the game, why we liked it most importantly, and then we're going to kind of debate between ourselves of which one takes the respective 9 and 10 title, the 7 and 8, 5 and 6, so on and so forth.
Yep. Yeah, and like Ryan said, this is kind of just so you guys can get a better sense of the kind of video games that we like. You can kind of get to know us a little bit better.
Yeah, and you'll kind of figure out, like what types of games we'll be talking about. We are going to cover a broad topic of a lot of things because, truthfully, I think a lot of people like hearing a lot of different things, even if it's not in your own niche type of games. Like maybe you've never played a single game that we've played. Maybe you played all of them, and you'd like to hear our horribly specific opinions. But we're going to go into a lot of different topics in the future, but this will be a really good way to be a little bit more personal in my opinion. And I got some interesting quirky games that are personally that I like a lot.
Okay, because I have very vanilla games, so...
Yes!
So...
I got my Japanese nerdy stuff.
Good.
The one thing that we do want to talk about pretty quickly so you guys can look forward to it is a cool idea that me and Corey had is we're actually going to assign each other a homework game to do.
I totally would have forgotten about that, so good thing you brought that up.
Don't worry. So with this homework game, what we're going to do is, so today we're going to be starting with it. We're going to both give our homework games to each other to play. And then throughout each episode, in the beginning, there's going to be a brief little moment of us kind of just, touching on where we are in the game, our comments and thoughts about where we are so far, and it'll be kind of nice for the person that's played the game to hear like the newbie adventures and opinions of the game.
Experiences of the other person going through the game.
Exactly. Now, really quick, so I can change my homework game very quickly, but my homework game actually is one of my top 5 games. So if you don't want me to do that, I have a different one in mind already, and that's totally fine.
I mean, it's fine with it being one of your top 5 games. Okay. Do you want to reveal it now, or
that's
do you
what
want
I'm
to
saying? Is I think I might reveal it when it happens.
Well, okay, all right, that's fine.
So you can if you want to give yours now, go ahead.
I will. I'll give mine now.
Okay.
I think. So funny enough, the game that I'm going to give you for your homework game actually was one of my contenders. Remember I was messaging you the other day and I was like, I can't fucking decide what my 5th spot should be. This was a contender, and I ended up not picking this one just because it's a newer game, so I don't quite have the emotional nostalgic connection to it that I do with basically every game on this.
I'm going to very quickly...
You're going to guess?
Look into my eyes and blink twice if it's Celeste.
It is not Celeste.
Dang it!
It is not Celeste.
I thought I had it. Okay.
That was definitely one I was considering, but I kind of
had it. Okay.
It is similar.
Okay.
It is an indie game that I played on the Switch, but you can also play on the computer if you'd rather do that.
Okay.
So you have the option of getting it either on the Switch or on the computer.
Yeah.
And now, since it came out in 2017, there has been multiple DLC released for it already, so when you get the game, you'll already have that cool extra stuff, which is fucking awesome.
Okay.
So the game that you're going to be playing for your homework game is Hollow Knight.
Okay, I was thinking that was my second guess. Oh my god. Okay, my brother's going to be so happy that I'm playing this game.
Has he played Hollow Knight?
Oh my god, yeah.
It's right up your alley, dude. Okay. I honestly think you'll love it.
Okay. So I don't know much about it. So it's a platformer, right? It's like one of those. It's
a Metroidvania.
Okay, yeah, okay, perfect. So it's like one of those like you're gonna die a billion times.
You are gonna die a lot. You're not gonna die as much as Celeste. That's part of the reason I didn't pick Celeste, because Celeste is a little bit more of like a rage game.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to do something where you could more get a full enjoyable experience.
Gotcha.
And Hollow Knight, it just has fucking everything, dude. It's. I have not been impacted by a game in recent years like I have with this game, other than maybe like Breath of the Wild or Super Mario Odyssey.
Okay.
Other than that, I haven't been impacted by a game this much in at least
high regards.
5 to 10 years.
Okay, very high regards. I like that.
Nice. I guess I won't talk too much about it now.
Yeah.
Just because you're going to get into it.
Yeah. Understood.
I guess.
Give me the brief synopsis. Like if I was gonna buy it on Steam right now, which I'm going to do.
Okay.
Give me synopsis.
So, Hollow Knight basically opens up. You are a traveler of sorts. Okay. And you basically
a knight, perhaps.
You don't really know who you are. Yeah, you're the knight. Yeah. You are the knight, and you're basically you drop into this little town, and it's abandoned, and you talk to the Elderbug. And he basically... The way it works is that there's one town on the surface, and then once you go below the surface, it's just a huge fucking labyrinth of different... It was once known as Hallownest. And it was once a kingdom that was ruled... It's all bugs. Everyone in the game is a bug, by the way.
Okay, interesting. Gotcha.
Yeah. All the characters are bugs.
I have insectophobia.
My bugs. I'm afraid of ants. I can't.
I hate bugs.
I know. There's no ants. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
There might be ants. I don't know. I don't remember.
We'll never know.
Anyways, it's basically a long forgotten kingdom.
Okay.
The inhabitants of the kingdom, the majority of them have turned hostile for God knows what reason. And basically, you just drop in with that mystery and go exploring.
Okay.
And then it's I don't know if have you played Metroidvanias?
No, actually, that's one of the categories that I've not gotten into.
So
really,
this was my first Metroidvania.
Oh, nice! Yeah. It'll be mine as well.
If this is anything to go by, then I'm gonna fucking start playing Metroidvanias left and right now because it's
really fun.
It's like it's 2D side scrolling. It's got platform elements. It's got very heavy combat.
Really interesting.
Yeah, heavy as in like there's a lot of it.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. I understand the concept.
It's very Well, I thought because like it doesn't feel heavy; it feels very swift. It feels very the opposite of that.
Okay.
And you can upgrade your weapon, which is a nail, and you do a bunch of different abilities and stuff along the way.
Okay.
And basically, it's like a huge ass maze of almost like tunnels and like side scrolly platformy sections.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's basically just you uncovering the mystery of what happened to that kingdom and why it is the way it is. And you'll get to a certain point where you get to the capital of the kingdom and there's a little bit more plot exposition.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you can, and that's what I love. One of the things I love about this game is you can take it totally at your own pace. You can just fuck around and just, I'm going to go explore over here.
Yeah.
That I haven't seen yet.
There's almost not like a straight concrete like line. There's not like a line of dungeons I must do.
Once you get to the point, once you get to that point in the capital, a character basically lays out the MacGuffins, if you will, the things that you have to complete to finish the game.
Yeah, okay.
You can do them in any order.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay. Kind of Dark Souls-y in that regard. Like,
sure.
I mean, I don't think you
no,
play Souls.
I've heard a lot of things about Dark Souls.
I'm just kidding. It's not. It will be maybe at one point. But okay, that's interesting. That sounds really interesting. I could definitely get behind that.
Anyways, I think you're gonna love it. It's really it's incredibly atmospheric. Like so fucking. It's ridiculous.
I'm just gonna get like entranced into like the background and the music and everything. Okay,
absolutely.
Nice.
And that's
good to know.
The coolest thing is that it was made by a team called Team Cherry. And they basically made this game, just 3 of them.
Ooh, wow!
It was funded. It was funded by a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And the fucking the composer that did the music is like a fucking genius.
Really?
He's so good at not a lot of the songs on the soundtrack are like bangers.
Yeah.
Where you put it on and you're like bobbing your head and you're like
playing Smash Bros.
I could fucking smack to this, but like it is all.
Like
just
perfectly good
spot
to the game.
On.
Yeah.
It totally captures the mood and essence of the locations you are. And going through a forbidden kingdom, it's just amazing.
Okay, that you really sold me on that. Yeah. I'm actually super excited to play that.
Okay, so you ready to get into the lists?
Not quite. So at this point, the only other thing that I'd like to do is just quickly I guess like officially introduce gaming history for ourselves.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so do you want to go first then?
Yeah, I'll go first since we talked a little bit. So pretty much for me, again, just to reiterate, since people don't know our voices too well yet. Again, I'm Ryan in particular. I go by Shadowhawk is typically my in-game tag for everything. So I am definitely more nowadays a huge competitive video game player. So like I was saying, I play games till probably 4 to 5 hours a day. That's honestly kind of late. Like I play games a lot. If I'm not working, I'm usually playing games. So like right now, I play a lot of Fortnite. Is a really big thing. I'm a huge FPS guy. Play a lot of Fortnite. A lot of Super Smash Bros. Is the other big thing I do. So like my Twitter, for example, is Shadowhawk SSB. Again, Super Smash Brothers. So I play a lot of that. I go to my local in Connecticut every week.
Yeah, and just to give you guys another preview, I'm not as into Smash competitively as Ryan, but I also have played a ton of Smash. So you'll probably be hearing a good amount about Smash on this podcast.
Most definitely. But again, I put nowadays I play a lot of competitive video games. That's kind of how I grew up playing. One of my games that we're gonna be going over kind of starts my history of competitive games. So I'm not gonna say that one yet. But otherwise, like probably my biggest love is I love RPG games, especially like Japanese RPG games. huge fan of like the Final Fantasy series, other series like that. But I love the types of strategy types ideas. I love like the leveling up systems and things like that. And that definitely is like one of my more preferred, I would say, genres of video games. It's like RPGs, the competitive aspect. I love being better than most people. That's like probably my favorite thing is being able
I
to
just
carry.
love making people feel bad.
I really do. Nothing feels better than just destroying somebody in a video game.
Yeah.
The power, literally, the power you gain feels just amazing.
My power.
I'm telling you, it feels like I'm in an anime, that's the best part.
Yeah.
Like Smash Bros is literally an anime. When I go to my tournaments, I literally feel like I'm in an anime, and that's like the best part about winning.
That's a cool feeling.
Feels so good. Oh my god. But
so Ryan's a power hungry maniac.
I am. Can hear it in my tone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much the majority. That's like, again, that's kind of like a light overtone of me. There are other games that I definitely truly enjoy outside of that genre, and you'll hear more about that in the future with other episodes.
Cool.
Yeah. And
okay.
you.
So I think it's kind of cool that you and I are being the co-host for this podcast, because my tastes in
so
history and
opposite,
video
which
games
is really good.
are very much
It's funny.
not like that.
Yeah.
Well, not entirely, actually.
Yeah.
But
And to put it into super quick perspective, which is awesome, is that me and Corey have been best friends for since like wee lads. Like I've grown up with Corey, like knowing him, been on the bus. Like
since it's the first episode, we might as well talk about Safety Town.
Oh my god.
When was that, before kindergarten or
That's
after
before kindergarten. Safety Town, in case you guys don't know, Safety Town is before kindergarten. Safety Town is the dawn of school.
Yeah. I was thinking about it the other day. It's sexist as shit.
It really is.
Because it was like, all right, the boys, you guys can pick your cool, cute little tricycle motorcycles, and the girls get shopping carts.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Let's go 90s,
Jesus.
early 2000s.
Yeah, so that it's basically just a stupid little thing where like you I don't know, you walk around a fake little road that's drawn out on the ground or something.
Yeah, we're 4, by the way. We're not like our age now. Just saying.
as 15-year-olds.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, so this was right after I moved to our hometown, and so not positive exactly how this happened, but
I have a very drive overable face apparently.
Yeah, I guess so. Apparently did I shove you off of the bike?
You did.
And then take it and then run you over with it?
You pretty much GTA 5 me really hard. Like, if we're going to stick with video game themes, you
press Y to fuck up this little 4-year-old.
You straight hijacked me.
Jesus.
And then ran me over.
Yeah, we weren't friends at that point.
Yeah, but I was like, this is a cool guy to hang out with.
We didn't become friends until probably a couple years later, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was like pretty much like
elementary, a little before that.
Yeah, I'd say a little bit before that. Yeah. I mean, we all been on the same bus. Like I'll never forget like when we were little kids and we had it was like a 9-day consecutive sleep back and forth over, and it was awesome. It was like I cherished that like week and a half of summer was amazing.
That's so cool.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny that we've like grown up with each other. And like after high school, like life kind of like put us apart a tiny bit, but
it's kind of weird because like basically in college I didn't really talk to you at all.
Yeah, not too much.
I don't know. I'm telling you right now, there wasn't a reason for that.
No, I didn't think so.
Because when
I was in Mass for a little bit, so that's probably
why.
Well,
I visited you when you were in Mass.
Yeah, you did.
Freshman year.
Yeah, you did. You're right.
And then I didn't talk to you for years.
And when the world needed him most, he vanished.
And then I'm pretty sure I reached back out to you a couple years later, like right after I had graduated.
Yep.
And Kim can back me up on this. Like, I told her multiple times, like, man, I really miss Ryan. I wonder what he's up to. Like, I haven't talked to that guy in a long time.
Literally, and actually, it's so funny. I like literally told like my girlfriend Jess like pretty much the same things. Like I remember when you first hit me up, I was like, oh my god, Corey. I was like, I haven't seen Corey.
Jess went to school with us as well.
Yes, she did. And it's really funny that like I remember when we first like like met up again as like pretty much adults. And like in my head, I was thinking the entire time, I was like, I really hope he like actually wants to see like an old friend, like gonna be like old friend mode. And I like there was like a little bit of like awkwardness like to me where I was like wasn't sure how I wanted to like act, and then like we just like instantly how
am I gonna play this?
Instantly meshed to this. So like yeah, it was so funny. Like I'm just really happy that we're like it seems like no matter what we'll always be good friends. So
yeah, definitely.
I'm very
happy.
And
now we only live probably like 15 minutes away.
Not even, yeah. You're like it's so funny right now. I've been like obsessed with this audiobook. It's my favorite book series I used to read when I was in school, and I'm reading it and I'm listening to it in an audiobook. So I'm
what
like,
is it?
It's Wheel of Time.
Oh, you told me about it.
And and so like, and I've now been trying to drive for longer, so I have an excuse to listen to it. So like I've been like trying to drive longer to work and like everything, and I'm like almost annoyed that I live close to you now because I just want to listen to my book while I'm driving. Like,
sorry,
move away, dude.
I took the long way. I ended up in Mass. I don't know how that happened.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
there's a little history.
Horrible tangent, but
that's the history of us.
Yes.
The history of my video game tastes. My dad had a Sega Genesis when I was a kid, and then I just played a couple games on that, and they were like action games and some platformers, and basically that's what my tastes have evolved into, mainly either platformers or like adventure games. Like, we'll get into it, I'm sure, plenty, but The Legend of Zelda is my favorite video game franchise of all time.
Nut.
I'm obsessed with that franchise.
One of the things I left out in my synopsis that I like Zelda because compared to Corey, I am a fake fan, infinitely bad,
fake ass fan.
Like I played a lot of Zelda games and I know a fair amount about Zelda, but compared to Mr. Zelda Dungeon here, I'm like literally such a fake fan in comparison.
Yeah, I frequent the Zelda Dungeon. I'm on the Discord basically every day. I check the website all the time. Yep.
Listen, I still sometimes think that Zelda's the guy with the green hat, so like it's just rough.
Don't even.
Yeah, sorry. I thought that his name was Minda. My bad. Anyways,
so Zelda, lots of like, and of course Pokemon. So an interesting thing about me is that I pretty much missed out big on the RPG/JRPG
wave
kind of wave, I suppose, except for Pokemon, pretty much, and it's basically its whole,
which is like the most Americanized Japanese game.
Well, absolutely, it's its own, and it's basically its own thing.
Yeah, it really is.
So,
agreed.
Growing up, I mainly played a lot of Zelda, Mario, Pokemon, and I think you'll probably see that reflected in my list a little bit. But
that's totally fair.
I just love those games. I've played other stuff too. Like I've definitely played my fair share of FPS games. Like I was huge into Call of Duty in high school.
Modern Warfare.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2.
Yes, dude. Yes, dude. I love
just late nights on Xbox Live. Got absolutely catastrophic.
There are like times where like I literally would give like my left nut to go back to those days.
Yeah.
Like hands down.
My thing about video games is I really love the way video games make you feel, and I like heavily stylized video games also with that place a heavy emphasis on like soundtrack and stuff like that to really give you an immersive and unique experience. Gameplay wise, I'm kind of all over the place really, because I like video games that make you think. I like video games that are just, action, I guess, in terms of platforming. I guess that's the thing, is that aside from the FPS games that I do have experience with, I was never really huge into overly gritty fighting games or like crazy shoot 'em up games or hack and slash games. I didn't play a lot hack and slash games. Right?
Yeah, hack and slash. That's right. Yeah, you're thinking like Dynasty Warriors. And
yeah, exactly. I was never really big into a lot of games like that. I had, in terms of fighting games, literally the only fighting games I played were Smash Bros, and I was fucking huge into Smash Bros.
It is fun.
Oh, also, I should probably specify, I am basically a Nintendo fanboy for life.
Yeah.
I have pretty much played I have played a handful of games on other systems, like the Call of Duty games and, some other random ones here and there, but for the most part...
If it's Nintendo, he has it.
For the most part, Nintendo all the way.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And so that is, again, that's pretty much a pretty good way to kind of sum up like how we are with games. And it is really cool actually that like we really are like very opposite. It's like kind of funny. It's hard for me to actually like, it's hard for me to get into like single player games nowadays because I've been so into like doing competitive games, but like it's not like I don't enjoy them. I just need to force myself to not be constantly practicing those games, and which I'm going to do with this homework game now. I'm actually going to be committing a chunk of my time to be playing it at the very least once a week.
We actually have a reason to.
Yeah,
you're like, all right, I gotta do something with this game.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm going to be at least doing at least once a week of playing like a good chunk of it. As much as I can. I'm going to try to probably play it. I mean,
that's really the idea, right? That we just because it's our homework, we just take a certain amount of time out of our free time to be like, all right, let me
do my
experience
homework.
this. Do my homework.
Let me do my homework.
We got to do our due diligence.
Exactly. But we're going to. This is definitely a longer intro.
We're at 28 minutes.
Fair enough.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. I mean, at this point, for the intro itself, again, this was kind of more of like a longer intro for being the first episode.
Yeah. We'll probably shoot the shit a little bit at the beginning of every episode,
more than likely,
just because we talk.
Yeah, there's a lot of
we
snarkiness.
Like to gossip.
Yeah. Oh my god, you'll never believe what Marie said.
Oh.
Anyways, so going into, we might as well just kind of.
You want to get into it?
I think we should get into it.
All right. You want to go first, or
I'm fine going first. So.
All right, do it.
So again.
So just to review again, Ryan's gonna talk about his number 5 game. He's gonna talk about a lot of the reasons he likes it, things that are cool about it. Then I'm gonna say my number 5 game, do the same thing, and then before we move on to our number 4s, we are going to choose which games get the number 10 and number 9 spots in our total ranking.
Yes, so there's almost a little bit of competition in terms of which one of our least most favorite games beats out the other one. Yeah. And honestly, I might even just like take the knee on this one and make it number 10 because like it's kind of hard to compare it, but I have to add it to myself. So
but I'm also positive my number 5 is one you've played. So
okay, then I'll probably agree with you. So anyways, my number 5 game in my top 5 list
No, wait. Number 5.
I could see the word art being like playing in my head.
So, like little effects.
Oh my god. So my number 5 game is Warcraft 3: The Frozen Throne.
Okay.
And so this game's created by Blizzard, and the reason why this game's kind of tricky for me to put it as a game is because technically
it's an MMO.
No, not World of Warcraft. You're thinking of World of Warcraft.
I am.
I'm talking about Warcraft 3. Okay. So Blizzard, really quick, 3 really big games that they made that are like that people talk about a lot is 1, World of Warcraft, the biggest one, MMO, South Park episode, you guys have all seen it. 2 is StarCraft, Korean people playing a bunch of buttons, you've all heard of it.
Yep.
The other one is Warcraft, and Warcraft is like StarCraft in terms of being that top-down type genre, but it's more fantasy than sci-fi. Think of it that way. Okay?
Okay.
So the reason why it's hard for me to kind of put it as a game is because like I honestly really didn't ever play the actual campaign and single player of Warcraft 3.
Whoa.
What I did though,
and it's your number 5.
Yes, and you're gonna be like, oh, this makes sense in a second. The reason why is so you could go online to battle.net in the game, and there was a bunch of custom games that were made through the Warcraft 3 engine. So a bunch of creators would take all the units and they'd make their own games that you could play online.
That's cool.
And so, for example, the game that got me into competitive playing that I used to play every single day, nonstop in high school, middle school, all the time,
I know where this is going.
is Dota.
Yep.
And so I played Dota for about 10 years, and that's an online custom game mod of Warcraft 3.
Really?
It is.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yes. And so it's hard for me to kind of put Warcraft 3. Like I didn't want to put Dota because I played a lot of games like Sheep Tag, Footman Frenzy, Angel Arena, Dragon Ball Z Tribute. There were Zelda games that I played on there. Yeah. And they were all so fun. I used to play endless hours of playing those games. But it was a cool kind of top down. It was a top down RTS style game.
Yeah.
Which means, like, you highlight your units, tell them where to go, you control multiple units, blah, 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 blah. And what I loved about it was, there was literally, because it was all these custom games, there was everything from the competitive aspect of Dota to, like, kind of like the fun little idea of, like, sheep tag, which was pretty much you had a team of people being sheeps who built all these farms, and then you had shepherds that tried to break the farms down and hit the sheep and kill the sheep. And so the idea is that you build your farms with little lanes that only the sheep could walk through and the shepherds couldn't. So you kind of make these giant mazes building away from the shepherds. And,
that sounds pretty cool.
Whenever the shepherds get a sheep, the sheep become a shepherd. It's kind of like, it's like when you're playing tag, it's like, they become more taggers as you start to play more. And so that was fun. There was a bunch of tower defenses. I'm a huge strategy-based guy. So, like, there was a lot of different games within it. What was so funny about it when I first started playing was I convinced my mom to give me $40 to buy the game. And then right as I started playing, I really wanted to play this game called Footman Frenzy, which is this, like, other random custom game. But at the time, nobody was hosting it because you had to host the game to, like, and people would join your lobby. Everybody was hosting this dumb game called Dota, Defense of the Ancients. And
stupid.
I was really mad at it, but I was like, all right, I gotta play it. Like, I couldn't make my mom, like, I couldn't let my mom know that I wasted her $40. So, like, I kept playing it, and I was so bad, and I literally kept playing it to the point where I was so in love with it, I just did not stop playing it.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding. I played Dota 1 until it became its own game of Dota 2. For literally 10 years, and Corey knows.
I am aware. I'm aware of the Dota love for Ryan.
Yes, a very, very fun game. I don't play it anymore, which is fine. I moved on to greener pastures. But it has to be at least my number 5 game because it really took it's a huge chunk of my gaming life. That's very big chunk of my gaming life.
I definitely remember you talking about Dota
a lot and not understanding a single goddamn thing, which is very fair.
Being like, I didn't even know that it stood for Defense of the Ancients until now. So I heard Dota and I was like, yeah, it's that game Ryan plays.
That's
actually
funny.
Kim's cousin plays it.
Oh, really?
Dota 2, yeah.
Dota 2, that's awesome. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's actually really funny. But yeah, like, I wanted to put it in my top 5. Like I said, it's, like, hard to kind of put it, like, all the other games we're going to talk about are definitely more, like, standalone titles that you could, like, easily go by. Because, like, one of the other things too is that there's not really, like, I wouldn't recommend playing Warcraft 3 too much now because there really isn't a lot of active users. There still are people, like, I actually went on it like a week ago just for the fun of it, to see that people were on, and, like, there's still people playing Sheep Tag and Footman Frenzy and, like, stuff like that. But, before it used to take 30 seconds to fill up a lobby, and now it takes sometimes like 10 minutes. It's, like, kind of annoying. But it was, obviously, people don't really host the maps as much anymore. Obviously, it's an old game. It came out in, like, I don't even know, 2004. Like, it's an old game now, so it is still a really cool game. Definitely, I would say check it out if you like that kind of style. Definitely, you're a big StarCraft fan. You'd be a big Warcraft single player campaign fan as well. I'd definitely recommend that too. Nice. But yeah, that'd be my number 5.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a good one, right? Yeah.
Ryan and Dota. It's just synonymous.
Trust me, it is synonymous.
It's like peanut butter and peanuts.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's made out of...
You don't know me yet.
You're made out of Dota.
I am made out of Dota. I bleed Dota.
I bleed Dota.
Yeah. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Nobody. All right. I guess I'll go into my number 5 then. It is very much...
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Yeah.
How did you know? How did I know?
So, I guess the other day, I was finishing this list, and I was messaging Ryan, and I was like, fuck, I don't know
what to do. It seems like you had a harder time picking number 5 than anything.
Yes. Well, because just to kind of specify, since I love a lot of games from the same video game series for the purpose of this list and diversity, and so it doesn't look like I'm just a fucking Zelda freak, I decided to do one game per franchise, per series, basically.
And I pretty much, I almost can, like, I have so many thoughts of, like, what your list is, knowing you, and knowing, it's kind of nice because, like, I know Corey could only pick from 3 major pools.
I think that, well... This is probably one of those pools, but I think it might not be what you're expecting.
Probably not. I think 1, 2, and 3, I definitely have ideas for. I'm not sure what order, but we'll find out.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But, so anyways, it was basically a 3-way bout for my number 5 spot. One of the contenders was Hollow Knight. I already talked about this earlier on in the episode.
Yep.
that was actually one of the 2 contenders because I knocked out another one before. But that game, I decided not to do it because this game that is my number 5, I have more of a personal and just, I guess, nostalgic connection to. And that really weighs heavy on me. Oh, just to clarify, this is totally subjective.
Yes, hands
the nostalgia
down.
factor.
All this is super subjective.
Yes, yeah. So that one I decided maybe no, and also because I figured I was going to make it the homework game.
Yeah.
So I did. I wanted to avoid having it be part of my list.
Well, thanks for now making fun of what I'm doing, but okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Stupid, but whatever. The other one that I dropped was Super Mario World for the SNES.
Oh,
that is probably
interesting.
That's probably the 2D platforming Mario game that I've played the most, that I've loved the most. I think it is so tight and concise, and it just introduces so many new cool things to the series, and it's just a fucking blast to play through. You can replay it over and over and over again. It doesn't lose any of its charm.
I would say so.
And I kind of dropped that one first out of the 3 just because, like, it's a great game and it's really concise, but I don't, even though I am nostalgic towards it because I played it when I was young, I don't have like an emotional connection towards it.
Yeah,
so
I can see what you're saying.
I kind of just dropped it.
Yeah.
So that left the last contender for my number 5 spot, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.
Oh my god! I actually thought that was number 3. I was totally guessing that to be number 3.
Damn,
dude, you. Yeah, I actually was. That was
I didn't think that you were gonna.
Oh, I knew that one. I called that one. That's so funny. I totally thought that was number 3.
I'm pretty sure we've played this game together.
We have. You borrowed my copy of Thousand Year Door.
Okay, that makes sense.
A couple times.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I kind of like I was saying before, I missed the big RPG/JRPG craze. Aside from Pokemon and I suppose this game.
This game was such a good RPG.
And that's
so good.
That's one of my first points is that this is the best one in the series.
Agreed.
It's not
episode over. Agreed.
Well,
we're done.
It's sad what really happened to the series after, because I liked Super Paper Mario, but it was totally different. It wasn't the same.
I didn't even beat it. I lied. I borrowed it from my brother, and then I was like, I'm done.
I liked it, and then I bought Sticker Star.
Yeah.
And I started playing it, and I was just like, I'm not enjoying myself.
Yeah.
And then I got to a point where I was confused what to do. I was confused how to advance, and I was stubborn at that point, so I didn't want to look up a walkthrough because I was like, this is fucking Paper Mario. I should be able to know this.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, so I ended up just putting down the game and never picking it back up.
R.I.P.
But Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, there are a couple main things I want to point out. One is, as a sequel, it does exactly what a good sequel should do.
Yes.
This game follows up Paper Mario and expands on everything and makes everything so much better.
Agreed. Yeah.
So much
I
better.
could hands down agree with that.
They capitalize on the whole paper mechanic better with the new abilities.
Yep.
All the characters are fantastic and the special moves are fantastic, and just the whole chapter based progression through the game feels so much more like a cohesive experience.
Yeah.
Especially because each chapter is so fucking unique. There's the one where you go up to the Glitz Pit.
I was just about to say that's my favorite chapter.
It's so good.
Dude, especially getting the random colored Yoshi is so
love
it. Oh my god.
The whole, from a gameplay perspective, this game is so diverse and cool because that chapter, for example, you're basically fighting through fights and making your way up in the ranks until you get to the top and you can fight the champion, and also there's a side story that's weaving its way through this whole thing until you get to that point, and that's just one chapter. And then there's an entire chapter where you're on a train and you have to solve a mystery. You have to go talk to the different NPCs.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
The first chapters are like basically just almost like an adventure game, like a Zelda game or something. Like you go to this new area with these new people, and there's a problem that they're having that you have to go solve. And it's just a fucking gem of a game, and it knew what it was doing.
Yeah.
But from the RPG standpoint, I think what makes this game so great is that it's so approachable.
Yeah.
I think a lot of stuff and I am now starting to, because I missed out on that JRPG wave, I've started going back and started playing some of those games. Like I'm in the middle of Earthbound. I recently played Dragon Quest III. I started Final Fantasy IX. I started Dragon Quest XI's. And something that Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, and I guess Paper Mario, the first one, but more so Thousand Year Door does, is it takes a lot of the stuff that traditionally I think bogs down JRPGs and simplifies it and streamlines it to the
I was just about to say, I could agree with that.
The fucking combat mechanic in this game
is really good.
So good.
It's so simple.
It's so simple and it's so easy to understand, yet there's options.
Yeah.
It's customizable and it's not hard to understand. You basically have your HP, you have your FP, which is used for your little special attacks. You have hammer attacks, you have jump attacks, you have items, which are basically one-time use items that, since you're already familiar with the Mario universe, you recognize,
can understand it pretty easily.
You know what it is.
And some of the new Paper Mario exclusive items are easy to understand too after just reading the description.
It's not like Phial of Phoenix Blood where you're like, what the fuck is this? Mm-hmm. Why do I have 12 of them? Like,
that's fair.
And also the special moves like that you do with the crystal stars that you end up getting in those games. And even those moves, they have unique mechanics to pull them off.
Yeah.
Like the sweet treat, you have to press left to throw stuff at the power-ups you want, and then there's the one where you have to draw around the enemies.
That one was so annoying when I was little.
Really?
I was bad at it.
That one was so good.
Bad. It was fun, but I was bad at it.
And then there was the one where like you bounce on the star and you have to...
I remember that.
That was really cool. Item management just is a lot better than a lot of especially older RPGs and JRPGs, because a lot of times you just pick a bunch of shit up.
JRPGs you hoard. I'm such a hoarder in RPGs. Yep. It's like
there's no reason not to. They don't give you a reason to use them, especially because they don't tell you what it's for. So you pick something up, and if it's something new and there's not an explicit like info button that's like, this is a one-time use combat item. Mm-hmm. It could just be like, this is effective against blah blah blah, and you're like, okay, but like, am I gonna get one of these ever again? Like, should I use it? What is it for? Or like, is this a key item? And you know, if a game is fucking smart, it'll make sure that you can't get rid of key items, which most games do. But this game, you're not really bothered about that, because any key items you get mainly are just kind of plot points. They're not really things where they sit in your inventory and you're like, okay, what is this for? When am I going to have to use this?
That's very fair.
Let me just look at my points again. Simple but effective combat. All right, this is a bullet point I wrote in all caps. Polish, in parentheses, the humor, the characters, the story beats. You're fighting on a stage.
Oh my god.
The level of charm and polish this game has is fucking top notch. The soundtrack is great.
Yes, the characters, the Paper Mario soundtrack is so good.
The characters are all lovable and so goddamn memorable.
Yeah.
Memorable.
Yeah.
All right.
Memorable.
Yeah. The writing in this game, the humor in this game
is actually really good.
This is one of the funniest games I've ever played.
Really interesting. Yeah. Okay.
I think this is one of the fun.
It really is a pretty funny game though.
Funny.
I can see that.
It's the dialogue is just so fucking good.
Yeah.
Between the characters, because all characters have their own unique and distinct personalities, and they play on it so goddamn well. And the other thing I kind of touched on is like just the genre blending and the creativity. Like there's platform elements and like dungeony.
Yeah, there definitely
puzzle-based
is.
elements, like
really
where you have to turn into a paper airplane and you have to fly across this gap, or like you can't pass this barrier until you get a new piece of equipment.
Yeah,
that's very Zelda-esque.
Oh yeah,
right?
definitely.
And at the same time, at its core, it's still a turn-based
RPG.
RPG.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's elements where it's like, you're solving a mystery. It's almost like a point and click adventure type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's it's heavily story based as well, and that stuff kind of just unfurls as you're going. And I think it's a very well paced game.
I would agree with that. I think what I really like about Paper Mario, like especially like the Thousand Year Door, was hands down. I almost forgot about that game. Like it's funny. I remembered it for you, but like almost like me playing it, I'm almost like forgetting about like how much I played that game.
Really, that's another thing too, is that a lot of times RPGs and JRPGs, unless you're enamored with the game, if it's a long game, you'll get to the end and be like, that was fun, that was rewarding, that was a great experience. Probably not going to touch it again for a long time.
Yeah, very true.
Because it's a huge undertaking.
It is.
I could replay this game over and over and over just because it's not difficult to get into. It's so entertaining. Just from the standpoint, not even talking about the gameplay, just from the standpoint of like, look at these awesome characters I love. Look at this amazing and cohesive art style. Look at this goddamn soundtrack and these fucking funny lines that they're saying to each other, This is a game where I could easily just sit and watch someone play it and love it.
Yeah, I could. It definitely. Something that I like a lot about that game too is that actually it's like a really entertaining speed run to watch as well.
Yeah,
very entertaining.
Absolutely,
speed run.
There's super cool sequence breaks that they do.
Yeah, they really. Yeah, it's actually some really crazy frame specific stuff I've watched people do.
Yeah.
With Paper Mario, which I think is really cool.
And then the last point I want to say is just fucking, you can get into a pipe and you show up in the background of the screen. And that is the coolest shit
for a GameCube
I have ever seen.
For a GameCube game, that's actually pretty smart.
For a GameCube game, for a modern game,
yeah.
If that popped up in the next game that I played, I would be like, yes, that's so cool.
Oh my god, I love backgrounds.
It's so cool. I'm in the background now. I thought that was just an image.
Yeah, so I would say hands down, again, like I said, I think I was going to kind of bend the knee on me making Warcraft 3 being number 10. But, like, especially because I played Paper Mario, and I would, like, honestly definitely put Paper Mario over Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
I think just for the sake of, like, other people enjoying it a lot quicker.
So...
Do you want to go right into number 4 for yourself, or do you want me to go to 4?
Well, we're doing... So, number 10...
Number 10, Warcraft 3.
Warcraft 3. Number 9, Paper Mario. The 1000.
Really just didn't throw TTYD, huh?
No.
It doesn't deserve acronyms.
TTYD.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want me to go first, or do you? I don't. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. I mean, I can go if you want. Or you can go. Actually,
no,
honestly,
you
go. Yeah, all right. Yeah. I want to talk about it.
All right. So number 4. All right, so number 4, we'll get right into it. It's a Mario game. It is the newest game on this list. It is Super Mario Odyssey.
Okay, that was also... I was guessing that was
You were guessing Odyssey?
Yes. You've talked about it so much. It was either going to be Odyssey or Sunshine.
Damn it, you know me so well.
I know.
God damn it. So, I, like most 90s kids, grew up and had an N64 and played Super Mario 64.
Me too.
Everyone fucking loves that game.
Yes.
That game is the golden boy of video games. And it was revolutionary in terms of 3D platforming games. Just gaming in general. It was.
3D games in general, I would say.
The 3D Mario platformers have... I don't want to say had their ups and downs, because I'm not really sure I could say there's definitive downs for that series, because it's I think most people could make a case for a specific game being the best or their favorite one.
Yeah.
I typically hear a lot of people saying they didn't like Sunshine as much. I
never get that
I
one.
adore that game.
I never understood that one.
I intensely love that game.
It has one of the best songs ever.
Yes.
Delfino Plus.
Yeah, it's amazing.
One of the best songs ever.
The whole soundtrack of that game.
Best song ever.
That game. Well, funny enough, that game and this game were kind of were the ones I was
Flipping.
I was wrestling with to see which one I wanted to put on here.
Yeah.
And I just had to give it to Super Mario Odyssey. I'm pretty sure I told you this when I was talking to you about this game, but I think it's far and away the best 3D platformer Mario game.
I could easily see that. I think, especially with like just in regards to like the system being new and being able to handle more intricate things, I could easily say that.
I guess let me get into it. Kind of like I said with Paper Mario, the level of polish and charm is top notch. The best soundtrack, definitively, of any 3D, maybe even any Mario game.
That's a hard one. I mean, I guess I haven't listened to the entire soundtrack of Odyssey.
I'm not gonna say,
but there are some really good ones.
Mario's soundtracks are typically iconic.
Yeah.
Right. You can't like fucking dun 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 dun. Dun. Everyone knows that. Everyone loves that. This game is so consistent at cranking out memorable and
even with lyrics in it.
Yeah, fucking
it's good.
Oh
New Donk.
My god, New Donk City
is so good.
1-Up Super Jump, 1-Up.
Yeah.
Jump. What the fuck is it called?
1-Up Girl or like or whatever.
Yes.
I'll be your 1-Up Girl.
Jump Up Superstar.
That's what it is. What it is. Jump Up Superstar. Yeah.
Even like you haven't played this game, right?
No.
Yeah. So I've
watched a lot of it, but I've not played it.
Even in the subworlds where you're in a world or a level and it's like a challenge thing.
Yeah.
There's a few challenge things where you walk through a door and it's kind of like a little It's like a small, almost like the Sunshine acapella levels.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Even the music in those is fucking awesome. And it's kind of it's just meant to be just generic video game background music, and it's fucking great.
Yeah, it's just good.
I literally have it on a playlist that I listen to at work just because it's such pleasing background music.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
And that is a game where not only is the music absolutely immersive and it fits thematically and emotionally and what's the word I used before? The like fucking that I use for Hollow Knight's music.
Oh, intricate. No.
No.
Sorry, I can't think of it.
I can't even fucking remember. Like the essence of an area, what it feels like. Atmospheric.
Yeah, atmospheric. Yeah.
It's atmospheric too, but there are also fucking bangers on that soundtrack.
There really are.
Banger after banger. And
yes.
It looks amazing. It introduces so many new different like races and types of characters in the Mario universe.
Yeah, and very true.
They all already look so memorable and so great and so fun and so charming.
And they fit very well into it.
Yes.
Like it's like this is like a really strange tangent because I'm gonna talk about Fortnite for 10 seconds, but like there's like random items that like Fortnite will add where I'm like, wow, this feels so much like it as if like it already should have been in the game to begin with.
Yeah.
And like that's what like a lot of the Mario characters like.
Yeah.
You know, like
it,
it's almost like you're expecting if you replayed an old Mario game to have some of the new things in the old Mario games already.
There's in the Sand Kingdom, the town is called Tostarena. And the residents are basically like they look like little Mexican dudes wearing sombreros, shaking maracas, wearing like shawls, but they basically look like candy sugar skulls.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. They look like they've been in Mario for fucking ever.
Yeah.
Like
our family has been here for generations.
Damn it, I have so many fucking good points for this. Another thing is it does not feel like a manufactured factory 3D Mario game. Mm-hmm. You can tell they put so much care
and effort into it.
This game.
Definitely.
Like just between the things like there's a fucking there's a sound test where you can listen to all the music and put it on at any point in any game. There are fucking hundreds, if not thousands, of combinations you can do for Mario's outfit.
Yeah.
There are hats. There
Speaking
are
of, there's
outfits.
a nipple percent speed run. Like,
Yes.
why would you not want to play the game?
Absolutely.
Love that. That's like one of the funniest things.
There are 8-bit remixes of virtually every sound and every soundtrack in the game.
That is really cool too.
There are side scroll sections where you turn into classic Mario and it's like you're playing an old Mario level, and then you pop back up. The game is absolutely littered with references to different Nintendo IPs and Mario games. Like New Donk City is a giant love letter to Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
There's fucking, I don't know.
Wait, really?
Yeah. The mayor is Pauline. It's New Donk City instead of New York City.
Yeah.
There are street names named after like King K. Rool, and
really
not explicitly King K. Rool Street, but it'll be clever.
Yeah,
homages to it. Like Cruel Avenue.
Yeah. Oh, like interesting. Huh.
Or like,
Actually,
or like
did not
Dixie
pick up
Lane.
on that. I did not pick up on
shit
that.
Like
actually.
that. And then there's a level, and there's one of the little mission things in New Donk City is like the festival or whatever that happens.
Yeah.
And that, in that, you basically, it's one of those side-scrolling kind of OG Mario sections.
Yeah.
And you're playing through the original arcade Donkey Kong level.
That's awesome.
Jumping over barrels and shit.
That almost makes me feel
so
like
cool.
the girl singer is like the girl that Donkey Kong captures. Which is kind of funny.
Well, the mayor is Pauline, which is the girl that Donkey Kong captures.
Oh my god, you're right. Wow, yeah you're right. That's such a... Wow, you're so right. How did I not see that before?
Well, yeah, it's just the small stuff like that. You can really tell that they put in the care for this game. Part of the reason that I think this is one of the best ones is that when you kind of look at, let's say, Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine side by side, I think it's not a stretch to say that Super Mario 64 has the more intuitive and better thought out level design in terms of the platforming and the challenges presented, whereas Super Mario Sunshine, I don't think it's a stretch of the imagination to say that was much better at building a cohesive world and making the places you go to feel like actual locations on Delfino Isle. You can literally see other levels
far
from
away.
Levels in that game. And it makes you feel literally like I am on Delfino Isle, fucking going to this theme park and this hotel, and it's fucking great. Super Mario Odyssey is the best of both worlds. It has both.
It has both.
It has the absolutely phenomenal level design, absolutely top notch. It makes you think, it's challenging, it's intuitive, but every single kingdom you go to feels so unique, feels like a place in the world. It has its own inhabitants, it has its own customs and shit. Like it just mixes those two concepts so well.
They use the game does a really good job of using like 3D space, and even like going back to the 2D parts of the game and stuff like that. They do such a good job of like keeping the levels. Also, what's nice is that they keep them like the levels like realistically tight. If you know, like
they're not sprawling.
Yeah, they utilize the space of everything
so well.
Very well.
They jam pack so much into those levels, and it's phenomenal.
And I even like how, like, there's certain levels, like I like how I watch like people will find their way to use Cappy to climb to the top of a pyramid in the Sand Kingdom, and there's a bunch of coins up there. Like, even like things where you take forever to get up to, they even give little rewards to be like all right, gamers, you did
just
it.
Like, wow, you utilized, and I guess that'll lead into my next point, and I think this is one of the biggest strengths this game has. The movement and the game mechanics are some of the best I can't even especially some of the earlier 3D games in general, it was really wonky with the movement and like the camera angles and stuff. And even in like Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine, sometimes it could feel like you tilt the control stick slightly and you dart to the left.
Yeah.
This game feels so right. Yeah. Mario controls like he never has before. He has new abilities. It brings back like certain rolling abilities. It brings back the long jump. You can dive midair. You can do a ground pound, and if you jump immediately, you'll do a little spring jump. It brings back, of course, the fucking double and triple jump.
Yeah, I was just say the triple jump. Yeah,
all that stuff. You can use combinations. I'm sure you've watched speedruns.
Yeah.
You've seen the fucking
like the
way
Cappy
that they
jumps
use
and stuff like that.
That brings me to my next point. Cappy is fucking revolutionary in terms of video game movement.
Yeah.
Because it's not just another dash or another jump. It's like it's another platform that you can choose to basically
do anything off of.
Yeah. You can move so well in that game, and like you said, in the Sand Kingdom, there's that you basically go inside the cave, and like if you're smart enough and inventive enough to use Cappy to get on top of the pillars and get on top of the building that you basically enter from, there's a huge hoard of coins just waiting for you, as in, congratulations, you're a fucking pro gamer, you know how to use these mechanics.
Exactly.
That's so cool. That's so cool. And I guess going off of Cappy, the last thing I want to mention about this game that really brings it to a whole nother level is the capture mechanic.
Mm-hmm. I was just about to say, like, that's like the big thing.
You're not just... Even, I would say that having FLUDD in Super Mario Sunshine really fucking opens up the different...
The feel of the game,
The feel of the game and the different opportunities for new gameplay implementation.
Mm-hmm.
With Cappy, you can literally take over a shit ton. I think there's like 80 or something possible captures in the game.
Oh, really? Really?
I think so.
Interesting.
I mean, I might be wrong on that. We might have to fact check me on that. But there's a shit ton, and they all control completely differently. They all have totally different control schemes.
You can control a dinosaur.
They all have totally different weights. They all have totally different abilities. And that really just makes the possibilities for gameplay limitless.
Mm.
And it totally changes the way that you look at the levels and the way that you solve puzzles in the levels and the way that you just traverse the levels.
I like that.
So that's why I love Super Mario Odyssey.
Okay. Well, I can already tell that I feel like I might bend the knee way too much, because like I think you just like...
I have a lot to say about these games.
You're just selling it so well.
And this is number 4.
Yeah, you're just selling it so well. I
might give you the next one possibly.
My emotion will probably kick in a little bit better on the top 3, but so number 4 for me is definitely a little bit more indie. For me, is a game called Dungeon Defenders.
I have heard of Dungeon Defenders,
which is very fun to me. So it was created by a company called Trendy Entertainment. It's a hero and tower defense type game, and it's hands down probably one of my favorite all-time strategy games that's been made. And so what I like about it a lot, to give like a quick brief overview of how the game works, because unlike Super Mario Odyssey, you guys have probably already heard of it and seen it, but Dungeon Defenders is you go through the different levels. There is a story. The idea is that in the kingdom called Etheria, there are these great heroes that are stopping the forces of evil from doing this, that, and the other thing. And these 4 young characters, these young versions of these heroes. So there's a squire, an apprentice, which is like a mage. Yes. There's a ranger and a monk are the first 4 classes. Mm-hmm. And as these kids, these goblins and enemies are invading their castle, trying to break and destroy their crystals. And you have to defend from hordes and waves of those creatures and defend the crystals within each part of the castle. So you start at the basement and you kind of work your way up to like the top of the castle, fighting these different bosses that are coming in.
Yeah.
And what's really cool about it is, unlike most tower defense games where you play from like a top-down perspective, like you play like Bloons Tower Defense at school on your laptop, and you're just looking at the whole thing and you watch everybody come into each other. You are the builder on the map. So your characters have their own different types of towers that you must run up through the maze, find a choke point, build and summon the tower during your build time. Yeah. And then once you start the round, you also, as your character, can run around and hack and slash and fight with your towers.
That is super, that sounds really cool.
What's so cool about it is that you can kind of combine, you can build characters to be only like I can make a squire have a really strong sword that slices through people, or I can make like a builder type squire that uses like a ballista, like a spiked barricade, and make all of the tower defenses a lot stronger. And what's really interesting is in between each building wave, so most tower defenses you have like 5 waves or rounds you have to defeat before you go to the next level.
Yeah.
In between each one, you can switch your hero mid game. So you can have a combination of all these different character towers together. So you can keep building a bunch of like mage fireball towers.
Sounds like a really customizable
experience. Very much so.
Yeah.
And what's really cool from like another almost like MMO aspect is that all of the gear that drops in the game is 100% random stats. And so you could get the same leather helmet piece, and it will have it could have no stat buffs. It could have every single stat be upgraded, downgraded. Some could be minus 10% movement speed. Some could give you, more tower health, whatever it might be. But no piece is ever the same. You have to constantly be grinding gear to get different gear to make your tower stronger, so on and so forth to keep going. I love the atmosphere of the game is really quirky. Like the squire has no pants. He's got like heart-shaped boxers. It's like a really goofy, cartoony type game. Yeah. They all like they're like whoa, yeah, like they have like kind of goofy voices, which is really fun to play too. The music actually is really good. I really like it a lot. It kind of brings you into it, having this kind of like almost Lord of the Ringsy like dun 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 dun.
Love Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah. And it really is probably one of the most intricate strategy games that I played because, again, being into the game itself, there's also almost that FPS aspect of it because some characters are melee, some are actually ranged, so you have to kind of aim and actually shoot at the enemies that come at you. And what's even crazier for me is I played hundreds of hours on my Xbox playing this game. I beat everything on the hardest difficulties, did the endless survival waves, all this junk, and then I get it on PC. And oh my god, they added 12 different characters besides the original 4 that I played. Yeah. They had so many more level cap buffs. They had user recommended levels and created levels. They had all these DLC levels that were mind-blowing to me, that were so strong. And like for me, I'm a huge I love seeing high damage number type things. And so I got to the point where I was online and I would literally run lobbies of I can solo this mode on Nightmare. You can just come in and repair my towers while I AFK if need be. And I literally had towers doing millions of damage because I finally got the best gear and doing all this crazy junk. I used to play it for so long.
Yeah.
And I loved how I enjoyed every aspect of it on Xbox. And once I got to PC, it was literally almost playing a totally different game. They added a whole new Nightmare difficulty instead of Insane, which made it infinitely harder. But with the Nightmare difficulty, what's crazy is that they add every single enemy into every single level. So even really tiny, cramped levels will have ogres, will have even new enemies that haven't been made before. So it makes it that much harder. There are some enemies that just spawn randomly on the map, so you can't even set up towers at choke points. You have to now totally surround your crystal because they might just drop on top of the crystal and start breaking it where your towers aren't even nearby it, and you can't just camp that the entire time. It's also a 4-player game, so even with that being said, you can play with all of your friends and have all these different units all in at once, and it's a very, very, very highly interactive game. It really was one of the most complex games, especially for an indie type $20 game.
That really
on
sounds
Xbox.
Like there's a lot of moving pieces, but it sounds like it's a cool thing where not that it would be confusing, more that it would be a lot of fun to manage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in the very beginning,
gives you a lot of autonomy.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a cool idea, and it's such a simple idea for tower defense, but they really, I think just by making it so you're the person inside of it, and if a tower breaks, you have to run to the other side of the map and try to repair it or rebuild it before they start flooding through the hole that you've just accidentally made because they've finally broken their way through.
Yeah.
And when you have to fight if you get to the last round in some of the highest levels, you literally have to beat 5,000 enemies are flooding at you, which is I love that type of stuff. So it's very cool. It feels very Army-esque, which is really cool.
That is cool.
But make sure I got all my little points with that too. But yeah, I'm also I'm a big gear grinding guy. Again, I like a lot of the MMO aspects. So the fact that all the weapons were so different, which was really interesting too, really made it you could literally make the same class over and over, and you would never have the same results. It would always be different. You might get really, really lucky, and then finally that gear just isn't good anymore.
That is always
and you get very unlucky later on.
Yeah.
But that would definitely be my number 4. And I'm really I'm mad at you. I'm mad that you picked Super Mario Odyssey for your number 4 because I actually I kind of want to fight on this one, but honestly, I really like Odyssey, and I think Odyssey is honestly a better built game, and I think it took on more than Dungeon Defenders hands down.
Yeah.
So I could easily give Odyssey number 7 and give Dungeon Defenders number 8.
Number 8. Okay. I'll take that.
Yeah, I could easily.
I might be. Depending on what your next one is, I could be conceding. You do. How about you do?
Yeah, I'll do.
Number 3.
Windows PowerPoint. My number 3 game that I used to play all the time when I was a kid is a game called Brave Fencer Musashi. I don't think you've heard of that.
I have no clue what that is.
Awesome. Perfect.
I have absolutely no clue what that is.
Awesome. So it is a game made by Square Enix.
I know Square Enix.
You do. Creators of Final Fantasy. So what's cool is the reason why we got this game, my mom bought it, was because it was a demo disc on a Final Fantasy VIII. So at the end of the Final Fantasy VIII, there was 3 discs. There was a 4th disc, play Brave Fencer Musashi demo. For 15 minutes, you do the first little bit of it. Yeah. It kind of gives you a little taste of the game. And my mom ended up buying it because she loved it so much. My mom's a huge fan of Japanese games, just to give background to that, which is why I like them a lot. But it's actually interesting. So I actually picked it. I actually picking it over Final Fantasy IX as my RPG one because I have a Final Fantasy game in it, and I didn't choose 9 mostly because I wanted to talk about this game more. Very hard because I really like it. It's almost hard to say because this is supposed to be a very serious list, but
9 if this were Final Fantasy 9, I probably would have given it to you.
Oh, so to get into the story of it, so it's a quirky, funny, serious game, all kind of wrapped into one. To give a quick kind of synopsis to it, the Thirst Quencher Empire. What I like about the game is that all of the villains are named after drinks, things around
awesome.
liquid, there's Root Trick is one of this weird elephant guy's name. It's root beer. There's a root aspect, Bubbles. It's almost carbonation. A bunch of little things. There's ginger ale is a girl's name, and then all the people are all the good guys are. It's the all you can eat empire. And they the main character's name is Musashi, which is a ripoff of sushi. There's a bunch of little things that are all kind of like that. But so. This empire is trying to rule over this kingdom and take and trying to rule the world using this mighty sword named Lumina. And this princess of this kingdom tries to summon their fabled legendary hero to defend the day. And she summons this hero, and it's this little 12-year-old kid named Musashi. And he actually is this legendary. They're are you the legendary hero Musashi? And he's like, yeah, I am. And he literally was sitting on his in his house, just chilling, doing whatever he wants, and he just gets summoned to this new world. And he's why on earth am I here? And he's kind of rude. He's kind of almost if you watch anime, he's kind of Naruto. He's he calls people he's what do you want, old hag?
Yeah.
He's he in the very beginning, he's why on earth am I here? I really don't want to be rescuing anybody. Why'd you summon me here? What do you want? And he ends up kind of having to, he's kind of stuck in this world. He's got to do something. He's got to save the day. And you start out with that kind of aspect. They give you the people themselves give Musashi these 2 swords, one called Fusion, one called Lumina, to kind of fight back the Thirst Quencher Empire. And the concept is you have to find these 5 scrolls that will power up this great sword Lumina to defend evil, beat the villains, blah 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 blah.
Yep.
So you have to find, the Earth Scroll, the Water Scroll, the Fire Scroll, the Wind Scroll, and the Sky Scroll, which sounds kind of redundant. It's not actually. But what I love so much about the game is that it's a very, very funny game. Again, the main character is very funny. Kind of ripping on people a lot. It's kind of this quirky kind of game. It's a 3D RPG exploring game. Kind of going from each trying to think of channel almost, or like each like it's almost top down, if you know what I'm saying. Like you kind of see him like running along, and you go to one area, goes to the next area, kind of just like moves the map over a little bit. I can't like zones. That's what I'm saying. Zones.
Like screen based.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. But what's so fun about it is the leveling up system is so interesting. So you level up your swords by using them more. You level up your body by running around. You level up your mind by like eating properly and correctly, like
That's
eating
cool.
the right types of food.
That's really cool.
You have HP and then like PP, like your power points to do like special types of moves at the same time. The story and the characters is probably like the main reason why I like it so much, is that like once you get into the story more and you kind of figure out more things, like what's one of the big like collectible type things that you have to do is all of the villagers in this empire that you're trying to rescue have been put into these weird green crystals. They've been taken away and stolen, and they're scattered throughout the entire game, and you have to find them and break them open with that big Lumina sword that I was talking about. And so as you unlock them more, like you might end up unlocking like one of the cooks, and if you unlock the cook and his 3 brother cooks, you end up getting like maybe access to special food, or you end up like you end up even getting like, actually I think it's the 4 cooks specifically, you end up finding out this like new sword technique by getting all 4 cooks, and they do this special like cooking technique, but like he's like, oh, I can use this instead, like there's a lot of little
my sword.
Exactly, with my sword. A lot of cool, interesting aspects to that. It's on the PS1, so like the graphics obviously are a little bad, which kind of stinks. So the gameplay is you running around. If there's enemies on the ground, you end up literally just either just doing damage to fight them and kill them, get EXP. But what's cool is kind of like going back to Mario Odyssey with Cappy. You can throw Fusion, the katana, into people, and then you literally can absorb them and suck them up and gain whatever ability they have, and you can use that one-time ability until you absorb a new one. So like in the very beginning of the game,
so it's like Kirby.
Kind of, actually, yeah, like Kirby. Yeah, duh, that's a good way to put it too. But what's
you also swallow people. It's really weird.
You're actually pink too sometimes. But like in the very beginning of the game, you're in front of this river, and there's all these logs put up on the top, and so there's a guy across the river that's using a gun, and if you absorb him, you get a gun, and you can shoot the logs down to progress further.
That's so cool.
Which is a cool little aspect.
Wait, so is this? So it's. What is the combat like?
The combat is like, it's like open world combat. So like once you get to the next zone, enemies come up, you have to run up, hit with Fusion, hit with Luma. No, it's not turn based. It's not turn based at all, which makes the bosses very difficult. Like fighting this crazy ice dragon or this earth scorpion. You have to with each boss, kind of like in Zelda, where you get the right tool to fight that boss. You have to use that tool in the fight.
To exploit his weak point.
Exactly.
Something.
In this, you really have to, once you get like the Earth Scroll, and the Earth Scroll, when you fully charge Lumina, you'll stab the ground and make like a big earthquake. And so when you fight this this crazy scorpion in this really big pit, all of the villagers, what they're doing is over the giant pit, they will on these little like buckets, they'll put giant stones in this bucket that will go over the pit, and you have to use the earthquake ability to drop a big stone over the scorpion to stun him. So it reveals this little weak spot that you can start hitting and kind of walloping down.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. That sounds awesome.
And even for a PS1 game,
like a game that I would want to play.
Dude, for a PS1 game, it is very hard. Like that picture you looked up on Google, that is one of the most annoying, hardest things ever, because it's a platform element. What it is that is a giant steam tree, pretty much. It's like it runs all the steam power throughout this village. It ends up the enemies end up messing with it, and it's gonna blow up. It's like a reactor almost. It's gonna blow up, and so you have to turn all of the steam pressure down within like a 5-minute span. You have to keep going up. You have to start at the very bottom of the tree, run around it, find the valve. You have to press it's like a little time game. So the little bar fills up, you have to press the right moment to fill the pressure up, and then it goes back down, and then fill the pressure up and it goes back down, and then fill it up and it goes back down. And then you finish that one valve, you have to run up an elevator that's timed to get to the next part, and you have to do all this within like a 5 to 10 minute window. And if you miss the elevator and you fall all the way back down, you have to run all the way around the tree, find the elevator, bring it up to the next floor, run around the tree, and you have to do that twice. In the beginning it's easy, but the second time later on when it happens again, you're like, oh, this is easy. It is so much harder because there's steam that will just do damage and push you off all the way down to the very bottom. So if you mistime that because you're jumping over something, start all over.
Great.
it's still so fun, but it literally has, like, it's one of those games where you're like, how could it be so challenging still being, like, even if I played it now, I would have a lot of hard time playing some of the fights. Yeah. But I would still enjoy it so much more. And lastly, my only other little bit that I loved is there's this awesome little gambling part of the game. You could go into this bar and you literally, to get all of your money, you can play this high-low game with this lady, and you literally just pretty much, it's like, I drew a 10. Do you think the next card will be higher or lower? And then you pick low. It's like, you drew a 2. You get 200 yen or whatever it is. And then you're like, you could pretty much keep doing double or nothing. And I remember me and my brothers for hours on end would just double or nothing until like it was like 100,000. And we'd be like, high or low? And it would be like, we drew a 7. And we're like, no, what do we pick? We're like, not a 7. We would freak out and and we'd lose it all or gain it all. It was such a good game. But the really, like, I wish I could tell more about the story, also without giving it away either.
I mean, that's alright, because you know.
It is a very good game to play. I think now you can play it on like PlayStation 1 emulators pretty easily now, because it's a pretty again, it's a pretty simple game to run on a computer nowadays. Yeah. But it really has its own flavor, its own world. It
seems like, I'm surprised I haven't heard about it before. It looks really distinct.
There's another Musashi game that came out on PS2 called Samurai Fencer Musashi, or Samurai Legend Musashi. Sorry, that one actually was pretty cool too. I didn't get into it as much, mostly because it felt really weird. There's also a weird cat sensei that I couldn't really get around. I don't know why. Yeah. But that first one with Brave Fencer Musashi was such a good Square Enix game. I wish I had more love in the US. But it really was, like, it was such a good game in my opinion. It was so cool.
I'll have to check that out sometime.
I would recommend it.
It does seem really cool.
But yeah, definitely number 3 for me. Brave Fencer Musashi. Good game, I definitely recommend.
Alright. Cool. Alright. I'll get into my number 3 game then. This is another one of the franchises that I am just I will be a fan for life, and even nowadays there's a little bit more controversy with it, because they've kind of gotten to the point where they're doing one of those things where it's kind of just like they're cranking the games out just for the sake of cranking the games out.
But he finally won.
What?
I'm just say your title. I think I know what it is.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I was saying he finally won.
Oh, you're talking about Ash.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Took him 20 years, boys, but he finally won.
Finally. Jesus, got it together.
Ash finally won.
Oh, grass Pokemon? I know exactly who to use. Bulbasaur. Yeah, right.
Pikachu, go.
Idiot. So, Pokemon, like I was saying, they've kind of gotten to a point where I'm starting to be like, Game Freak, like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
they really seem like they have such a disconnect from their fan base.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like they still think that the only people they're making these games for are 10-year-old kids.
That is,
and it kind of
so
sucks.
True. It does kind of suck.
And I don't want to get too into that.
Different episode.
But Sword and Shield, basically the news that's come out for that, it seems like it's, for one, I just want to say that I am incredibly hyped for the game. I think it looks fantastic.
I can't wait to play the 2 Pokemon Sword or Shield.
I think it's going to be phenomenal, especially following up games like Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, just because of the new shit they're adding. And supposedly this game is supposed to have a significantly higher difficulty level. There's going to be certain elements added into the game that kind of make it feel more geared towards like a more experienced fan base.
Yeah.
But it seems like with the news that they come out with for Sword and Shield, it's always like, here's this cool new stuff. Here's this cool information. Yeah, you're getting hyped for the game. Here's some other stupid, shitty controversy. We're not bringing the national decks back.
I was going to say, I like how, they try to add all these things, and they try to quickly sprinkle in.
Yeah, yes. It's like, they shower you with cool things, and then they throw in one little, like, oh, we're actually gonna kill your mom. And it's what?
Wait, hold on. Run that back.
Slow down. I don't want you to kill my mom. Yeah. Jesus.
What did you say?
Yeah, but anyways, this game is Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Oh,
so we're talking about remakes here. I am generally a huge fan of remakes and remasters really.
Yeah.
Because typically, I feel like, for the most part, with very specific circumstances, it kind of just takes everything and it makes it better.
Usually, almost always.
And with Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I think that is absolutely the case. Especially, the only reason I could possibly see playing the original Gold and Silver games is literally only for nostalgia.
Yeah.
Literally only for the nostalgia factor. Because everything else
Gold and Silver was like kind of clunky, but I mean, also for its time, you know, there's not much you could do.
I really just want to talk about the improvements that this game made, and aside from the fact that I love this look, like the look of these sprites, they're really like high detailed sprite artwork before they started to get weird and make the sprite artwork move in Gen 5. Yeah. I thought that was weird. I was not a big fan of that.
Especially them being sprites still, not like as 3D.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like this looks weird. Like this is a static image and it looks like you're warping it in weird ways. But anyways, just from looking at Gen 2 to Gen 4, Gen 4 is when they introduced the physical special split. And I cannot fucking for the life... Do you know what that is?
Oh, like physical attack and special attack?
Yes. Those did not exist. Well, no. Sorry, they existed. The physical attacks and special attacks already existed, but they were based on type. So all electric type attacks...
Did not know that.
Until Gen 4, all electric type attacks were special.
Attacks, right? Yeah. Okay.
Water, fire, grass, I think dragon, dark, which is fucking stupid. Those were all special.
Yeah.
And then like normal fighting, ghost, flying, all of those moves were all physical attacks. So in Gens 1 through 3, you could get absolutely fucked over because one, the amount of moves that were in those games were significantly less.
Yeah.
So you could have a Pokemon with good stats who learns fucking shit moves.
Yeah.
But then you could even get a Pokemon with good stats that learns good moves that happen to be a type that does not go well with that Pokemon stats.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Gen 3, Mightyena. Mightyena has pretty dang good attack and pretty good speed. But Mightyena is a dark type, and dark type moves were special in that game.
Yeah.
And Mightyena's special moves, special attack fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So you learn Crunch as Mightyena,
let's say Crunch is the only thing I can think of.
Which now, like, that's a good completely move. Viable thing.
Yeah.
But at that point, it's got, I don't know, I think it had 80 base power at that time too, but basically you're not going to be able to do much because Mightyena's attack is high, not its special attack.
Yeah.
So it's fucking worthless. And this is the game that introduced the physical special split where it's based on the move.
Yeah.
Like,
which makes so much more sense.
Yeah. At this point, all punch moves became physical.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
All bite moves became physical. Duh.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that. That's the main reason that I just don't like going back and playing Gens 1 through 3. Mm-hmm. Just because it's like you could... So many Pokemon are not viable.
Yeah, agreed. And it's one of those things when you're younger, like, you just, like, you don't care as much about that. I mean, you still do, but, like, now, especially, like, again, like, being older and, like, knowing, it's like strategies and stuff
especially
like that.
Because that's another thing. If we're talking about competitive games I've gotten into, that's one of the ones I've also gotten into the most, aside from Smash.
See my Pokemon X.
Your Pokemon X? Oh.
My Pokemon X file.
You got the good...
Destroy you.
Really?
Hands down, destroy
All right.
you.
I don't know about that,
absolutely shit on your lineup.
Dude, Tyler Martin and I used to go on Pokemon Showdown like every day.
I don't care
at
what
work.
you say. Dude, shit on your lineup.
I don't know about that.
See my Klefki. See my Greninja.
All right.
See my Aegislash.
Okay.
See my Drifloon. Oh my god.
Great.
Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry.
We'll have to battle.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to.
It's going down.
And you're going to roll your eyes like all of my coworkers and friends did when they're like, I don't want to play this anymore. I'm like, yeah.
Absolutely not.
Oh.
But that I get you were talking about when you're a kid, you don't really think about that stuff. I guess that'll go into my next point, which is that it just basically, it's a fantastic way to relive the positive memories of Gen 2 without having to fucking worry about the shitty clankiness of Gen 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's like the purpose of a remake.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I think this does it great. And just the upgrades, like the graphical upgrades, it's so much different. So much better. Like the towns you go to actually, not that they didn't feel like towns in the original, but it's like, oh, that's a building. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's supposed to be the edge of the water. Like it feels like you're in actual world locations more. And I think another thing about Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they did a fantastic job remixing the soundtrack. Some of the Gen 2 has some of my favorite music out of all Pokemon games, and I think Gen 4 actually does it justice in totally redoing the sound but also capturing that nostalgic feeling that I get with some of those tunes. This game, of course, also added, since it's a remake, it added the Gen 3 and Gen 4 Pokemon
into it,
which happened
is a really good mix.
Which happened to include some of my favorites.
Gen 3 is like probably one of my favorite keep of Pokemon.
So actually, the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire were the other contenders for this.
I was gonna say that Ruby and Sapphire is so
the
good.
Johto games and the Hoenn games are the ones that I have definitely played the most. I think I leaned more towards Johto because probably more I was younger. Obviously, I was younger when I played them. The soundtrack gives me a little bit more nostalgia, and of course, you can fucking go to Kanto in these games.
That's sick.
That's sick. Sick.
I really honestly, I really don't know why Game Freak just doesn't want to be a $1 trillion company. If they would just make a 100% Pokemon RPG with all of the regions, you can go everywhere.
That's one thing. But the point of Game Freak, why don't you take the things that everyone loves and put them in the next fucking game? Yeah. Pokemon following you.
Yeah.
Why did it take until Let's Go to bring that back? And it's not back in Sword and Shield. What the fuck is wrong with them? They have all these Pokemon modeled. Just let my fucking Pokemon walk behind me.
Seriously.
It's amazing. That's it's so cool to fucking catch a Ho-Oh and then just put it in front and just have it fly behind you. That's just really cool. It's so cool. And these games too, they have you can rematch gym leaders.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You can rematch gym leaders. You can rematch the Elite Four. They have new Pokemon, and it's just there's a lot of stuff in this game that adds replayability to it, and also increases the time that you're likely to play the game. The challenge level too. These games have the toughest, highest level Pokemon battle still of all time, and that is the battle with Red on Mount Silver.
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool.
That
adds such... The plot of this game is relatively simplistic. It's just, Team Rocket's back. Let's
stop him again.
Let's shut that shit down. But then the cool thing is that it's supposed to have taken place 3 years after the events of Red and Blue of the Kanto games. So it's so cool to see how Kanto has changed. It's so fucking cool to see, oh shit, Cinnabar Island blew up because of the volcano.
Yeah.
Blaine is over in the Seafoam Islands now. Oh shit, Blue is now the gym leader of Viridian City because obviously Giovanni left. Someone needs to take that spot.
Yeah.
And he's fucking awesome now.
They filled the plot.
And then it's really well. And then it's I wonder what happened to Red. And even the characters in Kanto are man, haven't heard from Red in a while.
Yeah.
And you just go and you see him on the top of the mountain, and it's just it's so cool.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff I love about Pokemon is just I really love the aesthetic. I love the uniqueness of all the just so many different creatures, and I love them. They're so cool. I just love, I don't know. There's a shit ton now, and I could still probably name all of them.
Fair enough.
Just the team building aspect as well. Like I was saying, I've gotten into the competitive aspect of it too. So now when I go back, I tend to focus on that a little bit more, like making sure that they're EV trained properly.
Yeah, and you have like a well-rounded lineup for type
yes, exactly.
And...
that I have a lot of good type coverage, and that I'm making sure like I don't want to miss out on having them learn a good egg move or you know.
And you throw away 300 of the same Pokemon to find the one hidden ability you need, and it has to be male.
Yep. Yeah.
I know you do.
But yeah, that's all I really have to say about Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I just love Pokemon, and I just think they're top-notch Pokemon games.
So like I would give you the higher spot on that because of the nostalgia to it, but honestly I think Musashi is a more challenging game, and I actually kind of want to like contend that one. Because I think...
No, I'll give it to you. I'll definitely give it to you.
I think the challenge of it is definitely good. I think it's a little bit of a longer game too, but I would say it's honestly a pretty strong pick to be...
Yeah, Pokemon is one of those ones where it's like... If I got into an argument with someone about the quality of video games, I really couldn't honestly be like...
It's hard to debate Pokemon.
It's really hard to defend Pokemon because, like I said, Game Freak definitely does gear it towards kids.
Yeah, that's very true.
And there's absolutely more intricate aspects to it, but it's really kind of just the same formula, and they add something new here and there, but it's still pretty much the same game, same concept.
Yeah. So my number 2 game,
my homework game,
your homework game,
all right,
is Final Fantasy.
Okay, I thought it was going to be Final Fantasy
Tactics.
Final Fantasy Tactics, hell yeah. I'll play that.
Good.
Nice.
Oh, Final Fantasy Tactics.
That's awesome.
Is literally one of my favorite games of all time. It has actually
and that's one I actually kind of know about a little bit.
Good. The Final Fantasy Tactics, hands down, again, going back to like my love of strategy games, is such a fun strategy game. It's one of the first like battle chess type strategy games that really came out. So Final Fantasy Tactics, the original one is on the PlayStation 1. You, depending on how you get it, I would probably you might end up playing War of the Lions, which is like a really good slight remake of the game. It makes the story a little bit clearer. That's probably the biggest reason why I love the game so much, is the story is like one of the coolest stories of like fantasy like ever. It's so interesting to me. It's about this like great like 100 years war of these two fighting house factions that are trying to, you know, vie control, the Black Lions versus the White Lions. That are trying to vie for control, you know, over this land. You play as this main character. His original name is Ramza, but, you know, you can enter whatever you want. You play as Ramza, who is now just joining as... He's a royal son, a bastard son, technically, but he's joining in this Knight's Corps to start kind of progressing through the story. I really don't want to give much away for you because I want you to really... I really want you to enjoy it. He ends up uncovering this insane political plot throughout that happens throughout it. So the reason why I like the game so much, most importantly out of everything, is the fighting aspect of it. So it's like a turn-based strategy Fire Emblem like battle chess type game. So
do you move units?
Yeah, you move units. So so you have your main character, which can be, you start as a squire, but you can turn your character to whatever you want as you level up throughout the game. You get like your 6 units, you can buy more, change their names. Like one of the things I loved to do when I was a kid was I'd get my people and I'd scrap all my people and buy all these new guys and I'd rename them like Ryder, Rise. I used to literally do Ryder, Rise, Corey, Eric, Jake. Those are like all of my people.
That's awesome.
Like you used to always be my time mage. I'm not even kidding.
Really?
Like you were a time
That's
mage.
So cool.
Which it's cool, but like you'll see the outfit, you'll be like, wow, that's kind of dumb. But like the outfit I hate for time mage, but like he had Meteor, it was super beast.
Yeah.
Anyways, but so you end up each main dot on the map that you go to is like another major battle that's going to kind of has a little bit of the story, and then there's usually like little kind of like word cutscenes or like little cutscenes of them talking with as the story progresses. But the fighting itself is so fun because each character is so different, and you use them all. You kind of really wrap them all really well. So like you have your black mage that uses like a lot of the different elements, like fire, ice, bolt, fire 2 later on, like flare, all these other spells. You have all these total buff support classes. You have just main, like, you have a thief that can steal gear. Archer shoots bow stuff from really far away. There's a mediator that can, like, convince monsters to join your team later on, so you can get, like, actual monsters who fight. Like, you can get chocobos to join your team and use them as a team as you want.
That is something that I am aware of about the game.
Which is really cool. Again, like the game itself, the fighting really is the biggest thing about it, and I really don't want to give like a lot of hints away about like like what's good to do and things like that, but you can really experiment between you have your disciples of war, your disciples of magic. So you either start out, the best thing about it is the job tree system. So you start out as either a chemist for the disciple of magic or a squire, and as you level up your job level, so you have your own, like, you could be like a level 30 unit, but you could only be a level 4 squire. If you want to become a knight, you have to have at least a level 2 squire. If you want to become like a lancer with a spear, you have to be a level 3 archer, a level 2 thief, and a level 4 squire. So you have to keep constantly changing your units to be different jobs as you level them up throughout the story to get even stronger, more advanced, crazier jobs. So if you want to get like a ninja at some point, you're not gonna, you really won't know. Like it doesn't. The thing is too is it doesn't tell you what jobs to get. So you kind of have to experiment, as you learn more skills with your guy. All of a sudden, when you hit change job, you'll see all these other new little guys that you can change into. You can turn your guy into. And, when one person finally unlocks that job, you can press like select and it'll show the requirements for the job. So you can be like, oh, I can start training my other guys now to also be that dude if I want to. And it's cool that there's a lot of different mage classes. You can unlock Cloud for Final Fantasy VII as like a really, cool. It's a really specific side quest that you have to do in a perfectly organized fashion, or you can't get him. And like, which is really interesting. There's a couple extra little characters that are really interesting in that way too. And then even what's cooler is later on, when you go to like major towns, because it's kind of like it's an older game, so it's kind of a little more text based. Like when you go to a town, you have an option of going to a bar, the fitting room to buy weapons, or the barracks to summon units from the area. And when you go to the bar, eventually you can start listening to rumors. When you get the rumors, you end up getting jobs that you can send your other units to go out on. So when you travel around the map, because it takes days, each map is like, each dot is a day, so like this job will take 15 days. So if you run into a fight within those 15 days, you don't have that unit. He's off doing like a job or an expedition to get like a big reward for something else. And so you end up having like you end up having multiple, you only can have maybe 5 units in one fight, but you end up having like 15 people that you kind of customize and switch back and forth because you have other ones out on jobs and other things like that. Really good game, easy to do a little bit in, or just keep diving and playing for forever, which is really nice too. There's easy breaks within the game too, which is pretty nice as well. Very, very good game, but the story's phenomenal. Highly recommend.
Awesome.
And you're gonna play it. Yeah.
Highly recommend. I'm gonna be playing it.
Yeah, exactly.
I would hope so. Nice. All right. I have a feeling you may be giving this one to me. Number 2 is Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Oh, that's so cheating!
It's not. It's not. I'm sorry, man.
Debate over. I can't even. That's so fair.
This
go ahead.
Fucking game. We were talking about Thousand Year Door and what a sequel should be.
Yeah.
Compared to that,
Melee.
This
is the best
is like
ever made.
It really is. It really is. And the original concept for Super Smash Brothers, I'm sure before it was Nintendo characters, it was going to be called like Dragon Fighter or something.
Yeah.
And it was basically they basically just had like polygons and like fighting dudes or whatever. And they were like, that's kind of weird. I don't know. And then, whoever, was it Sakurai? I don't know if it was Sakurai. It might have been someone else, but someone suggested to, like the head person at the time, like, what if we make it Nintendo characters that are duking it out with each other? And they got shot down. They were like, no.
Really? I didn't know that.
They said no. and they were like, well, let's do it anyways. Let's do like a little demo to see it. And then I think it was Miyamoto saw it, and he was like, "This is actually pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
like we should go through with this.
This could be the greatest thing ever made.
This could be phenomenal.
Yeah,
yeah. And the original, I'm not knocking the original. It was a fucking great game. It was a lot of fun.
It really is. It still is a good game.
It had some single player options. It had the original 12. The roster of 12 with super memorable characters, and it had all the cool stages, and it was just a super cool concept. And then Melee comes along and fucking knocks it into next week.
Yeah, like, literally.
It ups the game so fucking much. There are so many more characters. The graphics are leagues better.
Yeah,
leagues
than
better
64.
Than the 64 version. They introduced side Bs, which you kind of need.
Yeah, you really do. Like I'm like upset that you picked this game because
it's such a good game.
Hands down, I'm giving Tactics 3.
This game. So these top two games are games that are very, and I'm not. You guys have probably noticed at this point. I was definitely a big GameCube guy. A lot of my favorite games are on the GameCube because that's when I was... That's the perfect time where I was old enough to...
appreciate games.
To appreciate the game, but also young enough to where I look back on it now, I'm crazy nostalgic about it. And this game I spent so much time on when I was younger. I guarantee you and I have played it plenty.
I was about to say, I remember how many times we tried to beat all the mini games going back and forth.
Yeah.
Like, I'm better at this game, but let me do this one.
Yeah.
Trying for do you remember?
Well, just the game is so... Talking about the mini games, the game is so packed with content.
Yeah.
Especially compared to the original. You have, of course, you have the classic mode and you have the regular multiplayer mode. But then you have adventure mode, which is arguably the best they've done it in that series.
I really like Subspace Emissary. I'm going to call you out on that. Love Subspace.
That's fair, but...
So good.
That's fair, but Subspace is basically an extended adventure mode.
That's fair.
You can't really deny that. It's basically taking adventure mode levels, stretching it out, and giving it more of like an arc.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much.
True.
And then of course you got the individual target smash stages. Home run contest. Board the platforms is gone, but you got like all the different multi-man challenges. Like you got the 100-man melee. You got the cruel melee.
The big melee
the
one.
fucking event matches. Yeah. Those are revolutionary. Those are so goddamn memorable, and they include so many. So like the whole, obviously it's a giant crossover game, so the whole thing is jam-packed with nods and love to the individual series. But this game, the event matches specifically have so many niche and low-key references to the games. It's so fucking cool.
Like
it's
I
so
love
great.
The
and
7 years one. The 7 years
challenge. Yeah, with Link, and then there's the Dark Link one where you fight him on Temple.
Yeah,
like that's so cool.
Good.
And there's the trophy mode. There's a trophy.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you can do the slots and get trophies, and like all of the trophies are. Sakurai has said the reason they did spirits now basically is because the trophies were too fucking hard to model.
Really? That's so funny.
Because they're all brand new individual 3D models.
Yeah.
So they had to take the time to model all of them, and they have the descriptions, which are just give you new lore into those video games. And of course, at this time, we're young. You and I were young.
Oh yeah.
So my experience with video games was not that vast, and so I solely contribute my knowledge of a lot of different video game series to Super Smash Bros. Melee.
From introducing that, yeah.
Because I spent so much time with this game, aside from playing it with you, playing it by myself to unlock stuff, playing it constantly with my brother and friends and my next door neighbor. I would take the time to try and get as many fucking trophies as I could. And that's not a thing that's easy to say about collectibles nowadays. A lot of times you're like, why would I waste my time
collecting all this? Yeah.
But back then I would actually use the coins that I got in all those fucking modes and like try and get the rarest trophies, and then like go take the time out of my day to just go trophy by trophy by trophy, look at the design and read the blurb and just learn stuff about a new series that I didn't know about. Yeah, and of course, obviously the soundtrack is fantastic. That it doesn't even have to be spoken. And I guess talking about time I've played with it. So, of course, in the time that it was actually popular and we had it and we were young, I played it a shit ton. But then this is one of those games where I picked it up later.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a casual pick it up.
Yeah.
It was like pick it up and get fully back into it. Mm-hmm. Because of the competitive Smash scene.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm talking about college.
Yeah.
Freshman year of college, sophomore year of college. Of course, I brought my GameCube, so me and my buddies would play Mario Kart Double Dash and Super Smash Bros. Melee. And fucking one of my buddies named Brandon, he was the at that point when we first started, I was fucking wrecking everyone. Mm-hmm. Like, it wasn't even, we didn't really play it that much because it wasn't really fun because I won every time.
Yeah.
And then Brandon started to get into it. And then he started to get so much more into it. He got into the competitive scene.
Yeah.
He started going to local tournaments. He started going to tournaments all around the state. He started playing other people that were really good at Central and training nonstop and getting into the technical aspect of it. And he challenged the fuck out of me. And he got to the point where he was so much better than me. So at that point, I was like, I need to take this more serious.
Yeah.
So I would start training and stuff, and I never really got back to the point where I was better than him because he got so fucking good at that game. I just valued playing and enjoying different video games more, so I was like, I don't want to devote my time to playing this game a couple hours every day when I could be playing a game I haven't played before.
Yeah, and a new experience. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
and I had limited time at that point anyways, so... But when I ended up living with him, we lived in a house with him for a year, and just playing Melee with those guys in the dorms and then in the house playing with him, he and I would play all the fucking time, and it was just so...
That Smash is literally it's probably one of the most fun games I've ever played.
I have so many positive memories with it, but at the same time, like in the house playing with him, I have a lot of negative memories of it.
Yeah.
But but in my mind, that doesn't make me dislike the game more.
Yeah.
It just gives me more emotional stock.
But dude, hands down, I'm gonna give you Melee has to be number 3. I literally can't.
I was typing it down right now.
Yeah, I can't compete with that.
Yeah, it really does just make you feel so hard.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan knew this was coming.
I did. So fast. That was literally the first thing that popped in my head. I knew this was coming.
My number one favorite video game of all time, probably will be forever, is The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. It's... I love The Legend of Zelda in general.
It's just a really special series to me. It's very close to my heart. And I'm not going to lie, this
game... in particular, it just oozes nostalgia.
Yes.
And even you and I have a personal history with this game.
I do. I bought this game, I think, 2 or 3 times.
I borrowed it a lot from Ryan, and the copy that I have right now, that GameCube copy I bought.
I think it's still from me,
that one I bought from
you. Yeah, okay. All right.
That one I bought off of you.
You bought from me.
Wind Waker just distills everything I love about the entire franchise, just... in a bottle, and just keeps it there forever, because this game is, and it has a large, it owes this in large part to its art style and just the art direction and the aesthetic. This game is timeless. It is I could pop that GameCube disc in right now, play it, and it wouldn't look bad.
It really
doesn't
wouldn't,
look bad.
Even
And
not like the not HD remakes, like the GameCube disc. Literally, it still looks good.
And that's what this was one of the first 3D Zelda games to get like that treatment. That like touch up that new coat of paint, and it was the one that needed it the least, in my opinion. Because the cell shaded graphics just made like it looks so good, and I'm like obviously I think the HD version looks fantastic. It looks better.
Oh yeah, of course.
The improved lighting and everything like that just makes everything pop more. But really, everything about the sound and the music and just the way that the characters are designed, like. Who doesn't remember Salvatore and like Link and his silly faces and his big old cat eyes and Beetle? Yeah, Beetle is a good man.
Beetle's a good man.
And this was Beetle's first appearance in the Legend of Zelda series. Yeah. So the nostalgia factor is really big for me with this game. I can't overstate enough just how great the polish is on this game. Like, I'm not even getting into any gameplay aspects yet. Just the soundtrack in itself is killer. There are absolute bangers. There are absolute atmospheric wonders in this soundtrack. The art style, I will fight anyone who says it isn't good because it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like so perfect to itself.
It really is, and it makes the world feel so alive. Just the small things like the little flourishes of the animation of the wind when you move it a certain way.
Even just seeing like the seagulls following you on the ship. Like
and the waves of the ship, and even stuff that you wouldn't really notice, like taking out a minor enemy, the little purple puff cloud of smoke.
Yeah.
It looks so goddamn good.
Yeah, dude, like the crisp white line of like the swirls and the smoke and everything was so good.
This game is super heavily stylized with like swirls and stuff like that.
But it's so good.
But it has that like it mimics its official concept art style very well. Because the concept art has like really thick strokes and it almost looks like it's painted, but like it has that cartoony thick stroke.
Yeah, it's
outline,
almost like painted on a tapestry
jaggedy.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that carries over as best as it can to the actual look of the game.
Going into the gameplay, I wouldn't ever say that. It's hard to be objective.
What's your favorite game? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's even just with the series in general, it's hard to be objective with what really makes one game better than another one. And I would never really say that this is the best Zelda game because I think there are things that other Zelda games do more consistently and just more approachable for a lot of people because this game has the whole thing with like sailing. A lot of people didn't like sailing. A lot of people didn't like the Triforce quest, the Shard quest.
I was actually okay. Go ahead. Yeah, no.
I really don't mind it, but that's.
I was gonna say that I really liked Zelda for the fact that like I liked sailing from island to island, and like I thought that was a really tricky way to explore. The Zelda world.
So, Wind Waker does something special. Where we've argued about this on the ZD Discord many a time, but once you get to a certain point in the game where you can basically sail anywhere you want, the world is just your oyster.
Yeah. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, at any point.
And at that point, you can even start getting Triforce charts. Like you can't, you need to be at a certain point to
actually start like fishing up the shards themselves, and of course you need to go pay Tingle however much money.
Oh my god, actually, alright, that might be my biggest complaint about that quest.
But
I did forget about that.
Even that was remedied in the
HD version.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they got rid of some of the charts. They made it so that some of them you basically just get the shard right away.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And you don't really have to.
I'm pretty sure I stopped on the Triforce quest on my HD because that was the Wii U one, right? That was on Wii U, yeah.
It was on Wii U. But even that was like once you get, I think the game is awesome, and especially like narratively and from a story perspective, even some parts where gameplay wise it could feel like you're just kind of going from point A to point B. You're just kind of slogging along in a very linear fashion. And the beginning of the game is very linear. But none of that pacing stuff ever really bothered me because it's so narrative heavy. Because you're starting off the game going to save your little sister. And then stuff keeps happening along the way. And then who could forget, like, once you get to the Tower of the Gods and then you go underneath the ocean and you go into Hyrule Castle and, like, time is frozen.
That was such a tricky way for Hyrule Castle, where Hyrule Castle would be.
Yeah. And it's just that some of that pacing stuff doesn't really bother me that much just because it is so narrative heavy. And from a story perspective, it is so like, yeah, I'm invested. I want to go do this next thing for the story. But then once you get to the point, and this is why the Triforce quest doesn't really bother me that much, once you get to that point, there's not really anything at all happening story-wise, because it's just like, all right, hurry up, finish getting the Triforce complete so that you can go back, underwater and go get to Ganon's Tower. But once you get to that point where it's like start getting the charts, start getting the shards, you can still do any of that stuff in any order you want. So that was one of my first experiences in gaming where it's like, how do I want to tackle this?
Yeah.
Not how do I tackle this? How do I want to tackle this?
Yeah.
Because I can maybe I'm just, I'm going to start a play session of Wind Waker. I'm only going to play for like 45 minutes. Maybe I'll go to this corner of the map and I'll get this chart and I'll get this chart, and then before I get this one, I'll go over to Tingle and get them deciphered, and then I'll go get the other chart, and then I'll go fish up the Triforce shards from those charts that I deciphered. And I just think it really gives a lot of autonomy to the player at that point in terms of being like, okay, go scavenge, go explore.
You really feel like you're like a person on like an actual hard, difficult quest, not like the video game logic.
Well, it really feels like you're on a quest, not just like next level.
Yeah, there's always like some video games have this like like if you get into like the lore of a game where it's like you must defend and fight the evil dragon and somehow find this lost treasure that's been gone for millions of years, and then you somehow like the character like somehow stumbles into it. There's like clear like plot armor almost like in that you actually feel like you're a person where like I have to somehow find all these things.
It feels like a legitimate adventure that you're on.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that there's two more things that I want to say about this game before we move on. One is that, and I already touched on it with the characters and the character design, this world just feels so alive and complete to me. People say that the Great Sea is sparse or empty, and I could not disagree more. Like, there are only a few areas where it's actually civilization, where it's like a town of people living, but the people are so distinct and unique to the point where if it's like a rando, like Anton, who's one of the guys in Windfall that's walking around and looks at the girl, I know who Anton is. He's just a fucking rando.
Yeah.
He does not matter at all.
But you still know him. He's memorable.
Yeah, the rando's on Outset Island.
Yeah, the kid with the freaking booger just hanging out.
It's like Zill or Dill.
I think it's something. Maybe. I definitely don't know the NPC names like that.
Anyways, they're all so unique and memorable, and the locations are so well designed that they feel like they fit very well in the world, even though they are just islands. Like Great Fish Isle. You get there and it's like all fucked up, and that's the one where you go there and it's already like destroyed basically. Yeah. But it feels like there was something there.
Yeah.
It feels very intentionally designed to be like, this was like a complete place before where people probably lived.
Yeah.
And Windfall Island is one of the coolest like towns in a Zelda game. It's so cool. It's so alive, and it's just got so many different things going on.
I'm happy that like you have to come back to that island multiple times.
Yeah,
in that game.
Really is like the main hub
island,
basically. But also, it's not totally reliant on that, because even all of the other islands that don't have people living on them, it's still so cool to see them, because basically each square of the grid has an island
Whether it's like a really tiny island or it's a big island,
Yep.
it has an island in some fashion. But I feel that, and people would probably disagree with me on this, but I feel that
There's enough variety in the different island types that it's always so refreshing no matter which tile you're in. You're like, you see a speck in the distance, and if you haven't been there yet, you're like, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
like I'm kind of doing something right now, but like maybe
But I want to
Maybe
know
I'll
what this
divert
is.
course and go over
Yeah.
there and check out what's going on. And that brings me to my last point that I want to touch on, which is this game accomplishes something that I feel no Legend of Zelda game has captured until Breath of the Wild came out, which is the pure sense of discovery. It's absolutely exhilarating to be on your quest, to be sailing the open seas, and then you see that little dark blue speck in the distance, and you're like, what is that? And then it's growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're like,
that's an island. I can go there.
Yeah.
and especially if you haven't seen it at all, if you haven't been there, you're just like, what's on there?
Are there treasures there? Are there cool puzzles there? Are there people that live there? Like, I need to go check this out.
Yeah,
And it's to
definitely.
the point where you could have a dead set goal in mind, like, I need to go get to this dungeon to complete it right now, and you're beelining there, and you see a little island speck in the distance, you're like, fuck what I was doing. I'm gonna go do this. And it just diverts your attention in such a glorious and exciting way. And I really feel that, barring maybe the first game, because the first Legend of Zelda game kind of does have that sense of the unknown, that sense of like, I don't really know what I'm getting into. Aside from the original and Wind Waker, the only game that I feel has captured that remotely since is Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Because that has a very similar sense of, you're in a huge open world and you can go wherever you want.
Yeah.
So you could see something in the distance and be like, I need to go check that out.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that just captures the pure sense, that captures adventure in its purest form. It's just to a basic, like, molecular level, it's just see something, want to go explore it. And it just has that in spades.
And that's one of the reasons I love this game so
It
much.
was very poetic and scientific. I liked it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's like definitely like it's like the reason why like every like where there was like the whole crew of like casual gamers that fell in love with Skyrim. I feel like they liked it for the same reason.
Yeah.
Like
kinda-
you would
it's
like you're like, oh, I'm gonna go on this, but then you see a cave or like
Yeah.
something or something
Yeah.
or something,
It's
and then
one thing-
3 hours later you didn't even do what you wanted to do because you
Exactly.
were just doing everything else.
Exactly. Even from a story perspective, Wind Waker's,
Great Sea is like justified. Like,
Yeah.
that's in the backstory. And I don't even want to go into the story of this one too much, because it's just fucking phenomenal.
Definitely play.
It's
If you've
so
never,
good.
if you somehow have not played it, and you play, and especially if you play Zelda games, like maybe if you
Yeah,
haven't
you
played
have
it and
to
you
play the
and you
Wind
haven't
Waker.
played Zelda games, I get it. But like, especially if you play Zelda games, Wind Waker should at least be one of the ones that you have
Yeah.
most definitely played.
Yep.
Like, I think especially like, I don't count like Four Swords as like a core Zelda game, but like like especially for the GameCube, like
Yeah.
that was the one. And it's like almost the only one, but like the one, like for that generation of console.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But, like that was like
Yes,
that's
sirree.
like hands down. That's like out of all GameCube games, like
Best.
that is on.
I mean-
that is on the S tier with like Smash Bros.
Yeah.
With like in
Like
my
Double
humble
Dash.
opinion, Double Dash
Yeah.
with like Kirby Air Ride, which is kind of like the lowest part of
Yeah,
that
that's a
that
good
tier. But Kirby Air Ride is so good,
Yeah.
so good.
All right, you want to do
Yeah,
your
let's-
number one now?
Let's do it. That was the
Oh,
knuckle
wait, I
crackers
gotta-
in here.
Yeah.
So, my number one game, favorite of all time now, number one. It's actually so funny because I recently just played this, and it's a pretty new game, and like it's like I feel like it's really funny because like I feel like a really fake fan about this franchise, but I actually love it. I loved this game so much that like I'm literally going to be playing all the ones before it now.
Yeah.
Like I've been replaying this game.
Yep.
It literally like struck my soul. Like you have, I'll get into it in a second, but so My favorite game now, all time, is Persona 5.
Persona 5.
Persona 5.
Joker, baby.
Joker. Looking cool, Joker.
Joker, baby.
And it's so funny. So I quite literally I'm one of those fake Smash Bros fans that like Joker came out for Smash Bros.
That's not. I don't. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you're right.
Smash Bros has exposed me to many series that I didn't play otherwise. I don't think that's fake fan.
I mean, listen, but that's how I saw Joker came out. I was like, I saw the little intro like for like Joker getting in, and I like heard all the voices. It sounded really cool, and so. Me personally, I love anime. First off, I'm a huge Japanese nut, so like I love anime. So like once I finally realized that this is like,
would you say you're a weeb?
I am a most definite weeb, weeb with a capital W.
Oh.
But once I realized that like this literally was this was like an anime game. Like it literally is like you are playing an anime, which is the thing that I like the most about it. Is that like it is like
that is cool.
There is like I think my first playthrough, I think it was like 110 hours. Is how long I played.
It's a long game.
So that's what I loved about it. It was a very long game, but like a lot of it is just it's cutscenes. Like you literally are just like watching like like a 15-minute cutscene of like the characters talking, trying to figure out what they need to do next in their story, progressing. Or sometimes it would even actually cut to like actual anime moments, like an actual anime cutscene, or it'd be like the in-game rendered models talking and doing things, cutscenes. But it literally was like it pierced my soul. It was insane. Like first off, the premise of the game itself is about you become a phantom thief, and like I'm a huge I love just those two words to me like clicked so quick. Phantom thief, dude.
Just those two words. That's all I need.
That hit my edgy 13-year-old core like so bad. It was insane. And like
your edgy 13-year-old, 24-year-old core,
dude. Exactly. Exactly. I like almost everything about the game I loved. Again, like the biggest thing was the story. The story was really, really cool. Like I actually, I tried to kind of like me watching a lot of anime. Like even I tried to like guess moments that were gonna happen, and I really didn't get a lot of it. Like like there's a lot of moments that I just like was like kind of figuring out. You can kind of see the clues they were getting. Mm-hmm. And they had some like good enough twists that I was like really shocked by it. And the game was actually like more adult than I thought, which was really cool. Like in the beginning, like probably the first like arc of it, there's a girl that there's a depressed girl that jumps off the roof of the school, and I was like,
shit.
Yeah. Like when I was first playing it, like I was sitting in my chair in my house, and I was like, they're all sitting in class because it's the high school, they're high school kids. Because of course, every anime, they're doing something like literally reality breaking, but they're also high school students that have to go to class and study.
Whoa.
But like literally,
I need to study for my midterm.
And you literally have to take midterms in that, like in the game. It's awesome. But I'll get to that in a second. Yeah. But and literally, you're sitting in class, and then you hear like the cliche like girl scream, and and you see and it's cool because. They had so many good background voices, but you hear all these kids talking. They're like, "Oh my God, she's on the roof! Like, holy crap, she's gonna jump!" And the entire class like shuts down. Everybody's like running outside to like watch through the window. Yeah. And it's one of the kids. Like, it's one of the character's best friends. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But it enticed me so much. Like, I literally just could not stop watching. Like, I was staying up till like 4 a.m. every night. Like, I'd have work at like. I'd have to wake up for like 9 o'clock at work, and I would just like be like, it'd be 4 o'clock, and I'd be like, I can do a little bit more. I'm like, I can do a little bit more.
I need to keep playing.
I need to keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, even that aside, like it was the turn-based like old school Final Fantasy vibe that I really liked. But even with that, like the way to master the combat system was cool. Like they had this, it was called this once more system. So if you hit an enemy with their weakness, they get knocked down, and you get a one more, and you get to go again. And so
that's cool.
So like once you kind of unlock everybody and you get all these different elements and like things that you like, all these different weaknesses, once you like kind of want to like try to really finally craft your team that you have, try to cover a lot of elements so that way you might be able to like sometimes you can even just like one shot these fights. And on the flip side, the enemies also have that same once more effect on you. So like you have a like one of the girls she uses fire, but she's weak to ice.
Yeah.
So and the enemies are really smart with it. Like if they have an ice move and you have that person out, they're using it on her. She gets knocked down, they get a once more. But
that's cool.
The game,
it's like it's punishing, but it's
still rewarding if you know
if you know what you're doing. And even on the normal difficulty, like you can get wiped from fights. Like especially if the enemies just if they crit you, they knock you down. That's a once more. Sometimes they'll just crit you, then weakness you. Like they'll get like 4 turns in a row, and like you'll literally lose you can lose like a third of your health on one move, like on like normal attacks. And so like you really have to like plan everything out. And even like the cool thing when you're in like the fighting world of it, because pretty much when you are playing, there's pretty much 2 sides to the game. And this is probably where like some people might not like the game if you just don't like Japanese culture like I do. Is like the first half of it is like a social sim game, which I actually really like enjoyed. Like
that stuff is cool.
It was you have to you hang out with your friends all the time. Like you can like go to like an amusement park. You can go fishing with your friend. You can literally go to like the batting cages, and there's like all these mini games you do.
It's always cool when it's one of those games where you can just the amount of things that you can do in the game.
I literally haven't done everything. Yeah. But what's cool is like doing all those things might give you a little edge in the fighting part of the game too.
Oh really?
Yeah. And so the biggest thing is your friends that you make. They're called your confidants. But like, so the more time you spend with your friends, they unlock new skills in the fighting world. Like they're like your friend, your bond gets stronger, and they each have their own story.
That's cool. That's a really cool mechanic.
Yeah, they each have their own like actual like when you hang out with them, there's like a little like your best friend in the game. Like you're the first person you make friends with, anyways, because you're like a transfer student.
Yeah.
He is this hothead kid that got kicked off the track team.
Yeah.
And, in the very beginning, you're working out with him, kind of running around. Then you end up, while you're with him, these old track guys you end up bumping into, and he's kind of like really bummed about it because they all hate him because he's like the reason why the track team got disbanded.
Yeah.
And so you have to kind of like comfort him through that. And then, like by the very end, there's this whole extra little like side quest. Each time you hang out, part of that story gets revealed more and more until at the very end, when you've done everything, his actual persona will change, because in the fighting world, pretty much, you are fighting in the heart of whoever they're trying to take down. So like it's a confusing concept, but
that sounds cool though.
So pretty like to do like I don't really want to spoil a lot of things, but like so pretty much your persona is like your true self.
That's cool. So they take on their persona like when they're in the fighting world.
Exactly. Yeah. They like summon it behind them, and they like that's what does like the fights and stuff. And so like
that's dope.
Yeah. And so what's cool is like that hothead kid has this literal like this like giant dude on a pirate ship. That's his like it's called Captain Kidd. That was like his persona. Yeah. And then once you get him fully maxed, he like digivolves pretty much into this like totally different persona, which is really cool.
Well,
it's like it like unlocks almost.
That's pretty cool, because if it is like them evolving as characters.
Yeah, it's like once they like
obviously reflects in their persona.
Yeah. And but what's so cool? So like when you're fighting the people, like the very first mission, pretty much, and it goes on for like a long time, is you're trying to take down the gym teacher at your school that you just go to.
Yeah.
Because he's actually really twisted, and in his heart of hearts, he sees the school as his castle. So when you're in that world, you're in a giant royal castle. It's not the school anymore.
So cool.
It will like randomly fade in and out, and you'll see hallways and stuff, but you're in a castle. And like so you fight within that realm, and you're trying to, as a phantom thief, you're trying to steal that character's most deepest sacred treasure, his like desire that caused him to like have this distorted desire or distorted view on something. But what's cool is, there's literally like a little date on the top left of the screen, and you literally play day by day.
Yeah, you told me that.
So you start, like January 7th or whatever it might be, and you literally play all the way up to like December. And, it's what's so cool about it is like, clearly things have to start changing, things start to get more and more intense, and it breaks it up so well. And, each day, you start off by going to school, you do a couple things. After school, you do more things. Maybe an important story moment happens, like a cutscene kind of comes in, reveals a little bit more of like the current arc that you're kind of on.
Yeah.
And it's like they paced it so well, and they always do these cool little flash forwards back to like when he's being interrogated, and they reveal more clues that clearly have happened, but you don't know yet because you're still trying to figure it out as he's like retelling the story to this agent. And all like the plot is literally so good. I cannot, like, I could talk about it forever, but I'll be good. And even more so, the thing that I think, like, you would personally like the most is the, like, Pokemon aspect of, like, trying
of the personas.
Yes, of trying to catch all the personas. So the thing that's really interesting is that, like, in the lore of the game, we each have our own true selves. You have one true persona to yourself.
Yeah.
Now, the main character, whose codename is Joker, he is the wild card, and he, for whatever reason, can convince other personas to join him, and he actually can wield multiple personas, which is, like, unheard of to anybody that know in that world.
Yeah.
And so you can collect these personas, you can fuse them to make more stronger, insane personas, and the lore is, like, really real. Like, you can make, like, all the archangels from, like actual, like, you can make, like, Michael, Raphael, Uriel, Gabriel, like, Metatron. There's all, like, Egyptian gods. You can make, like, Ra and Isis and, like Thoth, and, like, all, like, there's all
sweet.
And there's, like, all backgrounds, like, to everything. There's, like, Japanese demons. There's, like, American demons in it. Like, and they all have these, like, different, like, there's just a cool backgrounds that make it seem like it's, like, real life almost, which is, like, such a cool idea to do. Like, you know, to get, like, the winged god Ra, you have to have all these other Egyptian personas and then fuse them all together to make that ultimate persona.
Yeah.
Which is, it was so cool. My God.
It's
actually such a cool game.
It sounds very detailed.
But, like, you know, like, the replay value is awesome. You can see all those different there's so many different cutscenes that you can't see within one playthrough, so you want to play it again, which is, like, it's really, really good.
I was going to say, that definitely seems like the kind of game where it's like your experience could be totally different.
Based on what you do.
Yeah, there's probably so many different things you can do that totally alter the way that you experience the story.
Exactly. Like, there's probably still an easy, like, 40% of, like, things that I've not done, places I haven't gone to for, like, little, like, just little cutscenes and events to do. But literally, the fact that it took me away, like, again, I play a lot of competitive video games, like, a lot. Like, again, like, I think I said it before, like, I play like 4 to 5 hours a day of, like, Fortnite usually.
Yeah.
It literally took me away from Fortnite for, like 2.5 weeks straight.
That's good.
As all I did was play.
That's a good thing.
That game. It's a debatably good thing. But it just goes to show, like, if the more you knew me, the more you'd understand, like, how much I play those games and how much I care about, like, always being good and improving at those games. That story literally, it literally pierced my soul. Like, I literally just wanted a game that I could, like, relax to. The only thing I didn't talk about yet is the music is... Like, the art style is so good. Like, the stylized art line work, but the music is incredible.
What they've done with the UI for the battle system seems like that is something I've seen, and the style of that and the way that they make it so dynamic.
Yeah, it almost feels like you're in a comic book sometimes, which is really, really cool.
It's comic booky, but it's unique.
Yeah, it's like it's like anime comic. It feels like you're in a manga almost at some points, which is like it's really good.
That's really cool.
The music's really good. Like, all the lyrics are incredible. Like, you definitely, like, listen to, dude, one of the best themes ever now. Like, I'll listen to it in my car just because it's like it's not the one you're thinking of, but it's like the default. It's like the default background music. Like, at the end of, like, when you're going to bed soon, it's this really nice, like, low, like, lo-fi almost song. It's called Beneath the Mask. It's so good. And there's really one cool. Like, they play it on rainy days, and it, like, literally gets you so into this, like, really, like, just you get so into it. You get so into the mood. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm getting chills thinking about it. It's so good. But yeah, I think
you got anything more to say about Persona 5?
I mean, I have, like, there's, like, hundreds of things.
How about Joker and Smash?
Dude, Joker and Smash is busted. MK Leo, I love you. Please watch this one day.
Yeah, he's listening.
Totally listening. Yeah, dude. What up? Oh, what up, MK Leo?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I was, like, so happy that I decided to play it. Like, some of my friends were like, "Dude, totally get it. It's totally worth it." Like, one of my friends online was the one that made me get it, because he literally told me he was shocked that I haven't played it yet, because he's known me since, like, my Dota 1 days. So, like, he's known me since I was, like, 12, and he's, like, known all the shows I watch and everything. And he literally he told me when he was playing it, he was thinking of me the entire time.
Yeah.
He called the Phantom Thieves the Shadowhawks, like I did.
That's
like
funny.
It was so funny. Like, he did the, like, that's what because when you make, like, you can know, because it's like every game you can like change the names on things. Like they still say the Phantom Thieves when they like say the voice acting, but like I literally changed it to the Shadowhawks, and he did the same thing. He literally called them the Shadowhawks, which actually made me feel really, really good when he told me.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's
I didn't get it at first, but then once I did it, I was like, "You called him the Shadow!" I was like so happy. I was giddy.
So nice.
It was so nice.
All right, well,
I guess let's round off our list here.
So now once again, I feel like the only hard part with this is that like since I also love Zelda and you have not played Persona, like I feel so much for all of the things you said and I agree with it, which is like, but I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could put it,
but we both love Wind Waker.
I know.
It's just
but that ocean's just
it's such a nice nostalgic way to round off this list.
But there's just not a lot in the ocean.
Hey, let's slow our rolls here. That Triforce quest.
Yeah, that Triforce quest is just garbage. Like I mean, your sister doesn't even know what your name is. She just says "Oi" in the beginning. Like who even cares? Like Oi.
So, I mean, it comes back to the criteria of our own list, because if we try to do this if we try to do this objectively, I think I would probably lose an argument pretty quickly over which is objectively a better game. Mainly, and I think a lot of that has to do with, I mean, Wind Waker came out in early 2000s.
Yeah, and this game came out in 2017. So like
or
2018 or 2017.
Naturally, it has Persona 5 has the capacity to put so much more into it.
Yeah, very, very, very true. And for that, I thank you for giving it the number one spot. All right, it's over.
That's not what I was saying. But we come back to our criteria for this list.
Back where it all began.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think argued this point better? Who do you think had a more compelling argument?
See, again,
the problem.
The problem with this is that I am compelled to agree with you because, like, I also love Zelda. Like, one of the reasons, one of the only hard parts with this list that I personally had to do is that, I would honestly. Like, I guess I definitely couldn't put the amount of love and, like, description into it, but I probably would have put Zelda in, like, my, like, I guess in my personal 10. Like, it's in my personal 10 still. But, like, I chose not to really touch a lot of Nintendo games because I knew you were just gonna, that I was gonna
plow into
them. Yeah, exactly. You're just, you're respectively, like, a better wealth of knowledge for those games. Like, you're clearly a bigger fan because of that.
Going off of that notion, is the whole point of this list not to give listeners a better sense of our collective tastes in video games?
That's so true, but...
And I mean,
but does Zelda have a talking cat that tells you to go to bed all the time? Like, no.
It's got farting pigs.
Ooh. That's a good point.
That you can carry and they make cute little oinky sounds. They have talking fish.
I got a talking cat.
Yeah, but whatever.
Listen, that talking cat is awesome. He's got like a little bandit
What's his
cat.
name?
Morgana.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good name. It's pretty awesome. He's
pretty
like, actually, that game's so good. Like,
yeah, but you know what Wind Waker has? A talking boat.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
that lion does beat a cat.
Number one.
I don't know about that. All right, we're gonna.
I think my main argument here is going to be that this is intended to represent our collective video game tastes, and putting a game that I haven't even touched the series of at number one is a little...
That is a stretch, you're right.
It's a little stretchy.
That does seem a little cheesy.
You did make a great argument for it, and I'm not going to lie. Like that, yeah, it is because of Joker and Smash.
Yeah.
But because of that, I checked out Persona 5, and I was like, wow, that's pretty sick. This actually looks kind of cool. Like,
yeah.
Like I said, I wasn't really big into the wave of RPG and JRPG stuff just because I missed out on that craze. But this seemed like something I could definitely get into.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, and another detriment to Persona 5, it's not even on the Switch.
It's a good point. I'm actually so mad that they haven't. So dumb.
Especially then, why even put him in Smash?
I agree.
Like, I don't want to take away from how cool of a character he is, or to take away from the interest that people have now garnered for that series because of his inclusion in Smash. But like, why fucking do that if he's not even coming?
I totally agree with you. I mean, like, I guess also I would want a Banjo-Kazooie game on the Switch now too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But
to be honest,
but that seems more reasonable, and it seems like it could easily happen. Yeah, exactly.
Microsoft and Nintendo have been like best buds lately with stuff like that.
Yeah,
they really have.
All right, I honestly though, you are right though.
He's doing it. He's typing it, folks. He's misspelling Persona 5. That's
Persona 5.
Fuck you, Corey.
Oh crap.
Wind Weenie. Legend of Zelda. The Windwaker.
The Windwaker.
Windwaker.
Oh yes, the Windwaker. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I really do. Actually, I really do like this list.
All right. Yeah. So let's go over it. Number 10. We'll start from number 10.
Yep.
Number 10 is Warcraft 3. More specifically, Dota 2.
Yeah, technically Dota 2, but Warcraft 3 as a general sense.
Warcraft 3. Number 9, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Number 8, Dungeon Defenders. Number 7, Super Mario Odyssey. Number 6, Pokemon Heart Gold / Soul Silver.
Yeah. Number 5, Brave Fencer Musashi. Number 4, Final Fantasy Tactics. Number 3, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Number 2 is Persona 5, and then number 1, the best game and the top game on our list, is Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker.
Hell yeah.
It is really funny, though, that I've definitely played all these games, and you have clearly only played 5.
Yeah.
Well, technically you've played 6 now.
5 games that we've both of us have played, and then 5 other games I've never played.
And then 5 Japanese games that Ryan just played in the corner of his room.
Yeah. To be fair, I at least have knowledge of them.
You have knowledge of most of them, except for like Brave Fencer Musashi. You had zero idea
not
about.
That
which I'm actually really happy that you had no idea about, because that's like one of my like personal niche games. It's such a good game.
I mean, that one looks super cool too. I want to check that out.
I would recommend you check that out. I was like, I was debating that one on a homework game.
Yeah.
But I just had no idea how you were going to get it.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm pretty sure now like a new copy of that game is like $buku.
Really?
Oh my god, it came out. Actually, oh my god, in 2 days it'll be the 20th anniversary of Brave Fencer Musashi. It came out on Halloween of 98.
Wow.
Halloween of 98.
That's cool.
That actually is really cool.
They should do something for it.
I kind of want to.
They won't, because no one knows what it is. But
yeah, dude, if they just brought that to the PS4, I'd
just a shadow drop for Brave Fencer Musashi.
Lose my mind if I just check in 2 days and they just have it. I'd be so hyped. I'd be playing the crap out of that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
for
nuts.
a bit actually. Really good game.
All right, well,
we need to stop this.
We do. We got to get out. We've been running very long. We hope you enjoyed this first incredibly long-winded inaugural episode of the Player Power Podcast, and hopefully you guys have gotten a better sense of who we are as gamers and our tastes and just the way that we like to look at games and all jazz like that.
And definitely for future episodes, we promise we'll keep it at a more healthy consumption.
a more brisk pace.
Instead of a 10-course meal that we're going to feed you on, it'll be a little bit more, not quite fast food, but it'll be a good Olive Garden restaurant meal. Like, something like that.
That's fair.
Like unlimited breadsticks of like funny knowledge on the side, but like you'll get your pasta and get out of here is all I'm saying.
It's a beautiful analogy.
It is it's a good one.
All right. Well, again, I guess we'll just introduce ourselves for one last time before we sign off. I'm Corey Richmond. You can follow me on Twitter, I guess, at Corey Richmond. No spaces, no caps.
Nice.
Who's this lovely human right next to me?
I am the lovely. My name's Ryan McCarthy. I really go by the name Shadowhawk. Honestly, you can.
His mom calls him Shadowhawk.
My mom has called me Shadowhawk, which is pretty funny. But you can. I stream randomly from time to time, so you guys can follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Shadowhawk SSB. It's Shadowhawk with an E at the end, so it's Shadow HAWKE SSB. Again, you can see me on Twitch if you like Fortnite or Smash Bros. Twitter for me just to complain about Fortnite or Smash Bros. Instagram to see my Fortnite clips or Smash Bro times where like my friend scares me and things like that. Definitely worth it. It's pretty funny. But regardless, guys, it was great to talk to you for the first time.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
All right. So moist, definitely moist. I'm definitely feeling moist. So we're gonna go get our homework games and start playing those, and then we'll see you guys next time.
There we go.